You know what? I got one.
The Star.
Yeah, y'all already know. Seven the pan. That dude Biz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound chamber. Crown the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin, flying around the field, starting five forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports, blue jeans and long sleeves, they taking no shorts. Hot to death, oh yes, these other sports podcasts live as a pros course. Biz market wave, the starting five goes off. No matter who you cheer for, emotions out the window, they analyzing with clear thoughts. They take it way deeper than the force ever. No longer got any use for the four letters. The latest news, score stats and the view from the sideline. Ain't no guideline, it's just the truth. Yeah, no need to dig for a pardon line. It's always in season. The people starting five. We going in on three. Run the baseline, starting five. We got what you need. If the sports news you see, we don't waste time. We talking cause we live it. We got what you need. We going in on three. Run the baseline, starting five. We got what you need. And y'all know me, seven sign. I'm the illest cat stick. I got what you need.
Oh man, let's start off stretching, relaxed. Just remembering that, never once do I recall me set tripping. Actually, no. Yeah, but nah. I've never set tripped on anybody like how the Republican Party just set tripped on each other. Somebody should have played gang banging. Because we gonna get into that shit there, man. I'm just sitting here though, recalling, recollecting that we are marked safe from any black person ever pew-pewing at a president. And I'm gonna leave that at that. Newest episode of the Star 5, as always. Hit that box that's next to TJ's head. Hooksrub.com.
So the Yankees?
20% off your order using the code STAR5. What up, TJ?
What up, everybody? What's going on? How y'all doing? It's hot out here. It's been hot all weekend. I'm not mad, though. Wish I was near a beach, some sand, some clear blue water. That's all I can ask for at this point. Besides that, everything is good. We're going to get into our Knicks, Summer League, and a lot of other interesting topics that I'm ready to look forward to, Ty. I'm ready to look forward to your question, sir.
Tyrone, give TJ 2 Red Bulls, please.
I got my WrestleMania 40 commemorative tickets in the mail the other day. They're real nice. I'm going to frame them up and hang them up, because they're real nice, and I like that. Got the belt today. Let y'all know I'm serious today. The champ is going to be in the building, so y'all better be on y'all P's and all y'all Q's because I'm here. And is you ready?
I'm ready, man. Yo, it's nice. Another nice day, man. It was blazing. Some good watch the car weather right here, man.
You're wildin'. Somebody else is gonna watch that shit today, bro. Not me.
Word. Was out there reenacting like 80s car wash movie scenes where he was fucking pouring the bubbles all over him, washing the car with washing the windows with his chest and shit. That's how
he's getting slow motion.
He's getting a good lather up. He's getting a good lather up.
Right? Everything but the wheels, though. He don't scrub wheels. Well, speaking of Big O, it was just hitting me as we're listening to the intro, watching the video thing that I made. I always laugh, and it's no disrespect. You know I love you, brother, but it says Big O, and then it looks like half a human rolls up on the screen. Like, where the Big O? Because I send it to Big O, but the Big O is, and you're just like a couple paws, a couple inches left over the lettering. Like you're just looking over the lettering.
Yo, no man. But you know what though? The bad part about it is my man told you from the first time you put that drawing up there that he needed a different picture. And
I
you just
definitely
said fuck
did, babe.
But you know what though? You're right. But in all honesty, though, in all honesty, we need all five of us together because I want to shoot it like an actual music video.
Mm.
Oh,
And then
dope.
also
Yeah.
too,
real dope.
I'm not begging. But shouts out to our good brother and happy birthday to the homie Fred Binns, one half of the people who created the theme song for us today. So he's not listening, but we'll make sure that the brother gets this word. But big happy birthday shout outs to him because he created it. But like I mentioned last week, the 10-year mark is upon us next week. And we might need something new. So hopefully the brothers will listen.
Real quick, talking about intros. I didn't know Lisper had his hand wrapped. I thought he was just like giving a train of thought and looking at the camera like he was holding his chin. I didn't know that he had his hand
like
wrapped and that was supposed to be a serious pose.
That was like the most. That picture was like the most like of him that I was able to find solo. That wasn't like just the head, pose, just his head. Shit like that was the most I was able to find.
That was when I was doing the union boxing thing. That I couldn't get a fight.
I missed the raps
because everybody was scared. You know what I'm saying? Well, everybody over 40 was scared. The young boys was fucking me up, but the 40 and older, they didn't want none of this. You know what I mean?
But Jamal wasn't scared. That's why he showed up.
What's going on, yo? Sorry for being late.
I know we knew you wasn't missing today, man. So
Yo.
Well, you know what though? As usual, though, I titled the show because one, it was thinking about what we're thinking about. What are we talking about today? Two, it was like what I said in the intro. Yeah, has any other black person ever shot at a president before? Which we're not condoning, we're not asking for. But no. Yeah, not on this continent. So
that's
no.
a white people thing, bro.
Yeah. And funny enough, I watched the video that O sent, and the first fucking words out the guy's mouth was, "It was Obama." Really, nigga?
Yeah.
But speaking and funny, I say really, nigga, and Tyrone getting beat up by the youngers. I know there's one younger that Tyrone would like to beat up right now, and that's Ryan Garcia has been showing his ass ever since his last fight. Got caught with drugs, then was on freaking Twitter Spaces talking about I hate niggas, I hate these people, I hate that people, literally hates everybody except for good old white Americans, and then not recanted, but apologized, half-ass apology later because he was drunk. But a lot of drunk feelings come out in the light. Right or wrong, Jamal?
Yeah, that seems to be the go-to. You know, for some reason, being inebriated makes you racist. You know, I didn't, you know.
And the funniest shit was, I wish I had a cup too, because Tyrone and O took a sip. Right after you said that.
Yep, yeah, man. So that's what I'm learning, man. I didn't read the off-label side effects of some of these things, but apparently, you know, Roseanne took Ambien, and Ambien made her say racist shit and called motherfuckers gorillas and shit. You know what I mean? So now, yeah, being drunk makes him say racist shit. And then he tried to blame Tim Bradley because Tim Bradley said he's like a zoo animal. And then, yeah, I don't know. Ryan Garcia just need to go the fuck away. He need to go away. He's not interested in boxing. Even he beat Devin Haney, but come on, man. He wasn't even trying to make weight. He came in there, he's just trying to get paid. Devin Haney probably shouldn't have taken that fight I remember watching that fight. I said, God damn, Ryan looks like a middleweight. Not to take anything away from him because he's got a good shot of beating Devin Haney anyway, straight up. But he's always doing some wild shit on social media. And I mean, I get this, it's the young kids' generation. Nah, he got problems. But the racist stuff, nah, man, you been like
TJ,
that, fam.
I told you,
been like that.
TJ, pre-show I mentioned I finally had a successful bout with tequila, and now I could drink it. I had the reposado last night, and I was like, yo, this shit is official. This shit is on point. And the drunk level was like, it was a different feel of drunk. It was a different vibe of drunk. But never to be a fucking bigoted racist like this guy. Like, I've never felt to those levels.
Yo, as the saying goes, drunk mind, sober tongue. It never fails to tell the truth how you feel when you're at your most inebriated. So, I mean, this dude was harboring these feelings for a long time. He got some money and figured he could say what he wanted to say to whoever he wanted to say it to. And now, he's going to have to pay for his repercussions. I hope he gets back in the ring and somebody whoop his ass. That's the true justice of it right there. I mean, I want him to get his ass whooped like Tommy Morrison did when he fought Ray Mercer. He needs that type of ass whipping. And if you don't believe me, go check back. That was a real... I think Ray Mercer was going back to slave days for reparations the way Tommy Morrison got his ass whipped that night. It was crazy.
Tried to beat.
I think the ref might have been on the take because he didn't step in until after a good 4 punches before he decided to break up the fight.
Before target practice was over.
He beat the HIV in him.
Jesus Christ.
He beat the HIV in that man.
Yeah, so damn. So all in all, it said, yo, this is nothing new. I don't know how his family feels or who his parents are. I mean, that's just embarrassing.
I think his pops
you
made
have
a
to be embarrassed.
Yeah, I think his pops made a
that's just embarrassing. Like, where are your morals and your values at? I guess he showed where his morals and values are at. I mean, he didn't appreciate nothing his parents did for him or why he got to where he was at, because he wouldn't have said no shit like that if he did.
Well, that's where I come in with my dude. At a certain point in time, trash people are just trash people, and Ryan Garcia has been showing that he's a trashy person anyway. To not make weight, to not give a fuck about it, to broadcast that you've been smoking and you've been drinking and you've been doing drugs when you got one of the biggest fights of your career coming up and not giving a fuck. That automatically tells me this dude is trash. He's a trash person. He's a disrespectful individual. He disrespects the sport of boxing. He disrespects himself. He disrespects Haney. And I'm mad that he won because it almost kind of like makes his trash kind of seem redeemable almost. But it's like, you disrespecting the sport. You're out here smoking, drinking, not training properly, saying that you openly are on drugs when you got one of the biggest fights of your career coming up. You're disrespecting your opponent. You know what I mean? And then you don't make weight. You don't give a fuck about making weight. That already told me that this dude is a trash person. So now you adding alcohol and drugs to a trash person, what you're going to get out their mouth? Fucking trash. So I wasn't surprised by it. I already knew this man, he's a trashy dude. And that's just who he is.
Well, I mean, this is what he's always been. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he talks like this amongst his friends, maybe family. You know what I'm saying? You already know the saying that only ones that tell the truth are drunks and babies. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing new. It's just that Twitter fingers got the best of him. You know what I'm saying? His career, I mean, I don't know. His career might be over because De La Hoya, everybody is trying to distance himself from him.
But why, if you feel that way, why do you need to express it to the entire internet? Is my feeling. Like,
Uh,
what
That's
purpose does
generational,
that
B.
serve?
That's
What purpose does
generational.
it
That's
serve?
for some reason diaries have gone out of style, so people just put that shit out in public.
Facts.
Dude, Herm Edwards been saying this for 20 years and he watch TV. Don't push sin. Herm
Now
Edwards been
think,
saying it
yeah,
for years. No matter what you
think
do,
before you
don't
press
push
send.
sin. You know what I mean?
Word.
Think
Once
before
once
you
it's out
press
there,
send.
boy, nigga like me can be out there with the screenshot right before you can delete
And and
it.
and 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 my thing is, why apologize? You don't feel this way. You know
Word.
nobody's going to take you seriously. If it's a half-ass apology, it's going to come off half-ass. If you really are out of character and this is something that you really don't do, then I can understand that. But like, this is boxing. There's really no moral code to how these dudes act, even amongst each other. Talking about their family. Mike Tyson said he was going to eat what's his face's children and all kind of shit. You know, it's the disrespect goes above and beyond in boxing. I know it wasn't no wild shit as saying the racist shit, but like, what's the apology
You
for?
heard
What
what
are
he
you
said about,
apologizing for?
yeah, the shit what he said about George Floyd is uncalled for, man.
Yeah.
Here's
That
my
that
thing,
that's
like,
that's where it went.
It,
It got dark. That was phew.
What do you
like
say about George
TJ,
Foreman?
no, not George Foreman, George Floyd.
Oh, George Floyd. Okay, George
He
Floyd.
he he used he used the right wing and coon rhetoric of, oh, he was a junkie, a crackhead, and all this other nonsense. He was using all the right wing rhetoric that they tried to use about George Floyd. But like TJ, the problem is that he didn't do this as pre-fight rhetoric. Like if this was like pre-fight stuff, then he could have just took it. He could have chalked it up to like, it's just jokes. I'm just talking shit. If he really wanted to be like that, he could have just tried to say, yeah, this is just jokes. I know they were bad jokes, terrible jokes. You seen how bad I just did trying to do stand up the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have tried to pawn it off, but like, nah. There's just something about the kid that he seems like he's like that. Like he's one of those non-whites who thinks he's white.
Yeah, that's pretty much sums it up, man.
Scrambled
you,
brain syndrome.
you know what else?
CTE. Let's call it what it is.
When you apologize for something like that, it's not no real way to make it feel sincere. Like even let's go back to Puff Daddy. When Puff Daddy got caught on that video, right? And he apologized for Cassie, he did his best to try to make it seem sincere, because he said, hey, I got a problem. He even said, I went to therapy. I'm going to therapy. I'm going to try to get help for this. And we still was like, fuck you. Like, that ain't like, you full of shit. You know what I mean? So when you do certain things, it's hard for us to feel sincere about your apology when you have a history of it, or when you have a history of being a trashy person. So,
You want to
so
know?
like TJ said, it's almost better to just let it die down. Just don't apologize. Just keep it to yourself, because your apology and oftentimes makes it fucking worse. You know what I mean?
Hey, because what it is in today's internet society, it's once it gets out there, like Big O said, somebody's gonna screenshot that shit. They just always think somebody's recording that bitch, especially if you're on a live or something like that. Somebody's always recording it. So somebody's going to find some shit to clip up to make you look bad. When you make yourself look bad, it just helps that cause even more.
But
The
you know what
problem,
too?
the,
I'm
the
I'm
problem
sorry.
now too.
Good.
Yeah, no, my bad. The problem now too, though, is like the apologies, the verbal apologies. Nobody's gonna believe you, because it's like once somebody gets that, aha, got you. I was waiting for this to come out about you. Now this is you for good. You just certified. In today's times, you gotta kind of more than just apologize. Like you gotta now show action. And because you did it over an internet platform, now you have to show action on camera. A spaces conversation ain't gonna fix that.
You
You know what
know
I'm
what
saying?
though. I'm sorry. In my opinion, the apologies. Only reason why you apologize is because of backlash. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the only reason why. If no one ever said anything, he wasn't gonna say anything. It would just been that's how I feel and that's it. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh,
once
and
once
that
everybody started, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm saying so. Once everybody started speaking against it, then he felt like, okay, damn, I'm losing my money, I'm losing bread. So let me try and put this fire out and say, yo, you know what, or give some backhanded apology or whatever, and without without not so much jeopardizing, how I feel, but let me say, okay, maybe I went too far, whatever the case is.
So,
But
And that's
Dan,
exact again. That's exactly the fault with the internet. And I got go ahead, TJ, and then I'm gonna give you an easy answer on how he could fix this. Well, go ahead.
with any apology, of course, anything, whether it's your friends, your relationship, who you are, it's always got to be followed up by action, because it's just words. It's just words. We need to see reciprocal action taking place, like actually shit being done to change. Apologies really don't mean shit. Show me you're remorseful. Show me you're sincere. Show me you have character. Because all this, yo, I'm sorry. Yeah, I did it. I'm getting therapy. I got to work on myself, and I'm out. That don't mean shit to nobody.
It's called show me you're not racist, and like a Diddy situation, shit like that. It's like, it's that's where you start donating money to quote unquote all the quote air quotes bad shit you was speaking against. Then you start throwing money at it. But go ahead, Tyrone, and then I'm gonna close this off by how he can fix this.
so O was saying like you start losing money, right? Now here it is. Is you losing money based on the moral compass of yourself or based on the moral compass of other people? Because let's just say if this was Canelo, right? And Canelo is a cash cow, and could Canelo say this, not apologize and stand on business? Could Canelo say this and be like, look, I'm still knocking motherfuckers out in the ring. I'm still gonna get these fights because you got to understand this.
No.
Canelo's still going to get a draw. People are still going to pay for these fights. Or Canelo can say, I'm standing on business, and if I don't get no fights, I'm backing out of this. See what I mean? So when the money becomes
Chill for a second. Let me answer the question. Because Canelo is a bad example because they're very well. Canelo has an entire country that got his back.
that's what I'm
So
saying. He's a
it
good
could
example.
be a 70% of an entire country that still stands behind him, and it's like, yeah, fuck that.
No. So that's my point. Canelo was a good example because I'm saying to you that Canelo's got so much backing that if he said this and he stood on business with it and didn't apologize and said fuck it, he would still be able to get fights. He would still be able to generate money. He would still be able to knock motherfuckers out in the ring, and nobody. That's what I'm saying. So the moral compass would have to be that his promoters would have to say, "Hey, we're not going to promote it."
And that's where I was gonna go with it because this is the difference with Ryan Garcia. He does. I don't think he has the whole country of Mexico and shit like that behind him. You know what I'm saying? Canelo does. Canelo shuts down fucking, he gets businesses to shut down and pause while he's fighting. Ryan Garcia doesn't have that same ability. And
So Canelo will get a pass?
No, it's not a pass. It's not a pass. It
just wouldn't affect him.
to what Tyrone's saying is he might still be able to thrive because the people of that country just might be like,
Right.
yeah, fuck that. I still stand by what he's saying. Where Ryan Garcia, he doesn't have that big of a draw behind him that is going to be like, yeah, I'm rocking with him like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why
I'll be honest with you. I didn't even know where he was from until today.
He does. So he's from LA. He's from outside LA. Brian Garcia's whole thing is this: he can do what he wants because his Twitter following is massive. That's been the whole thing about him. Ryan Garcia was the young girls love him and his demographic. So he has a massive following on Twitter, which should piss off all the other fighters in his division, because he had a massive following like that. And these are just young girls who think he's good looking or whatever and follow him, and they fall for the dumb shit he does on Twitter and online, which I don't think this is going to affect him. I think he'll still be able to eat, and I think Oscar will still put him on. Oscar don't have no cash cow right now. I mean, Munguia just lost to Canelo. That's why he puts up with this shit Ryan does. Ryan trashed Oscar and Bernard his last fight, and he still tried to promote him. He's still setting them up. So I think,
but
I don't think it's going to hurt him. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jamal. That's when you see Ryan Garcia could do that because he knows he has Oscar by the balls. You know what I'm saying?
Does
that too.
Does he?
In a way, he does. He's Oscar's biggest fighter right now. So I think Oscar was trying to get Shakur and trying to get somebody else to go over there. But the flip side of this is this, and then I'll let you go, Ty, is that it hasn't been shown you can say racist shit about black people and still be okay.
Right.
You can still continue on doing what you're doing.
Part.
So
Trump
my thing is this. Okay. If I don't understand where the concept of having money and making money gets you to this point. Like Oscar can literally say, hey, you know what, fuck it. I'm not doing boxing promotion no more. Golden Boy Promotions is done. I'm chilling. And he can live out the rest of his life and he can still give money to his fucking grandkids. You know what I mean? Oscar got that kind of money. So he don't got Oscar by the balls because Oscar can say, fuck you. I don't even want to do it. He can quit and still be good.
It does have
so it's like, what is the greed? So greed and money over moderation, because at this point, what Oscar is doing right now is greed. And he's partners with Bernard Hopkins. So where's Bernard to say, hey, fuck this, let's drop this dude? Because Bernard is there too.
I agree
Bernard
with you.
not trying to lose that check.
That's what I'm
The other
saying. So
thing
your
is
money outweighs your morals.
Well, this is where
and another way. And what you're saying is that Oscar could do those things, but Oscar cannot walk away from boxing. That is
he doesn't want to.
He can't. If he already got he already has substance abuse problem. If Oscar walks away from boxing, Oscar, he's going to destroy himself.
And here's where I can understand where he does look like the cash cow, because now Golden Boy Promotions can put him out there against anybody, because now everybody's going to want to watch him get his block knocked off. So that's where that's where the flip side of the money comes from. Because I was in agreement with you, Tyrone, like, because I wanted to say, like, yo, like, nah, they could cut his ass and they'll be all right. He might have to fall back from boxing until he gets that new, that new prospect. But you slut that hoe out. You pimp that hoe out until that hoe can no longer walk the streets for you.
You don't think so y'all don't think that if Oscar and Bernard take a stand right now and drop Ryan Garcia, that won't bring up black boxers to their
listen. They took a stand against him already publicly, but it's a matter of are they gonna truly cut him?
No, cut him. Drop him.
You sure they stopped short of saying we gonna cut him, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
They stopped short. He's got Virgil Ortiz, Jaime Munguia, Shane Mosley Jr., Ryan Garcia. Those are the biggest names on that roster, I believe.
But you can also
maybe Gilberto Ramirez.
But here's the thing: Ryan Garcia to me could be the same as like what Paulie Malignaggi was. Remember when Paulie started losing fights, and he was just like, you know what, fuck boxing, I'm getting gagged, I don't give a fuck, I'm coming here for a check. And Paulie does, not for nothing. Paulie put forth good effort in those fights. Paulie will give you a good fight every time. So Paulie always would be a draw to make money, even though he's not going to win no fight, even though nobody gives a fuck about him. But when Paulie Malignaggi said fuck boxing, and he went there against Broner, he went there against a lot of people, he put forth good effort, And we all knew that he was just doing it for the money. So I mean, it's a point where it's just like, you know what, Ryan Garcia's in it for the money. He don't give a fuck, and people still gonna watch because Paulie milked that cow for like 10 years.
Yeah, he did with bad hands.
Paulie said fuck boxing like
People,
10 years before he got out,
but
and still got fights.
He's a
And still
horrible
pushing.
announcer, though.
and Tyrone is going to go back to what we just said. He's going to get paid because now he just put himself in a. Now I'm not saying as far as caliber of talent, but he put himself in the lane of a Mayweather, a Conor McGregor, a Logan or Jake Paul. People want to see them get their blocks knocked the fuck off. Whether they win or lose, you know what I'm saying? People now hate. It's a different form of hate watch. It's a different form of hate watch. But to get rid of this topic, here's how Ryan Garcia can fix it. The kid's got money, right? Everybody agrees he's made pretty decent money, right? Right? Yes, no, no.
Yeah.
He's all right.
He should bring his ass to Delaware, stop in Philly first, pick up Dr. Umar, go to Delaware, perform in one of his paint days, and then finally give that man enough money to where he can no longer bullshit and say he can't open that school.
Wow.
That's how Ryan Garcia
Wow.
can defeat racism. That's how Ryan
Wow.
Garcia can defeat racism.
Y'all,
Umar, he ain't trying to open no school.
No, listen, he's absolutely right though. If because you know what, he killing two birds with one stone. If Ryan Garcia give Umar the money to open that school and that school don't open, then we exposing Umar for the bullshit that he is, right? But if that school do open, then Ryan Garcia opened up that school, and Umar is gonna have to fucking go on his little tirades, his little YouTube, his little everything, and say, "Hey, Ryan Garcia opened up this school for black folks." You know what I mean?
So
even
yo,
though
Tyrone, we got a question for you,
Tyrone,
Tyrone.
you're getting real hot. Hold on, because you're getting real hot. I was kind of half joking, but I'm serious in a way. But there's been shout outs to King Kong Consciousness and the guy who watch Lennon on. They've been exposing Umar for years on their channels. Like their content is almost exclusively Umar ain't opened this school, and he's been opening this school since like 2010. That's literally been their content.
Your plan kills two birds with one stone. Either we gonna get that fake ass Umar the fuck out of here, or we gonna get that black school for real.
Right.
It worked. It worked for me.
But that was my joking way of, you want Ryan Garcia, you want to fix this?
Do that.
You want to fix this? You want to fix this? Go help that man open his school.
Either way, one of them
he don't want to open that school. He don't want to open that school.
I don't think.
Let's put it out there.
But somebody who just got enough money to.
Umar book is on sale on Amazon for $900.
Yeah, right under Trump's, right?
You know what I mean? So come on, man. Like I don't rock with that.
Well, from somebody who needs to correct their stances to somebody who does have enough money now to open multiple schools before Umar does. Our boy Jalen Brunson took a very team-friendly deal that a lot of people were just looking at it like, yo, but you could have waited and got $300-400 million and yada yada yada. I asked the question on somebody's TikTok the guy has yet to respond to my thing. Are you trying to win, or are you just trying to get the most money? And for me, TJ, he took a friendly deal that says, let's keep some money open to get some pieces to finally get us to the fucking promised land. And to me, that's commendable. We just talked about this shit last week when we was talking about Tom Brady and all that. How Tom Brady for years was shorting himself in order to maintain a team to win. I
Right.
think this is A-okay.
Listen, the New York hate is real. Okay. They clowned the entire franchise when Brunson got there and signed for $1.4, right? And said this was the worst signing ever. How could you give this guy $100 million? He hasn't proven himself. You know, guys, it's just the case of the Knicks being the Knicks, yada, yada, yada. Now you trying to clown the dude for taking less and helping the team? Now it's, oh, you should get every penny you can get. You don't know if you're going to get injured, blah, 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 blah. I'm tired of it. Don't worry about what we're doing. And why are you watching another man's pockets anyway? He's comfortable. He's happy. I can give a shit. I'm not up 156 million after taxes or anything. I'm trying to get, if I can get a quarter of what he makes, I'll be happy. I don't give a fuck. It's just that, listen, and the math, if you think about it, at the end of 3 years, he can re-extend again for double what he's making now. So he absolutely can recoup this money back. This man said he wants to be a Knick for life. He grew up with the franchise. His father was a part of the franchise. It's a family business. I mean, his agent, I think, is the president's. Dan Rose. His agent's the president's son. I mean, come on. What are we talking about here? He knows exactly what he's doing. And they're trying to avoid, kneecapping themselves 2 or 3 years from now when these contracts come up and we need fresh blood. These teams like Phoenix and Boston, look what Philly just did. They got 3 players making $615 million. 2 of them don't play the whole year as it is. 2 of them don't play the whole year as it is. God willing, they make the playoffs together. So you want to clown my man for making some moves and playing with his best friends on the team? Come on, man. Yeah. And they're like, if your job told you to take a pay cut, you wouldn't do it. My job is not paying me the money Jalen Brunson's paying either.
Right. Oh, like Ed said, everyone is a capitalist until it's time for the players, employees to get paid. It's big facts.
Word, man. Yo, this dude, I'm gonna tell you, man. This dude's contract, it guaranteed him either a front office job when he's done or a statue. Because I mean, like you said, TJ, like everyone had a problem with his contract when he first signed.
With his first contract.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew he was a hell of a player watching that championship game against my team, North Carolina. And I knew he was a great player, when he was on Dallas. Did I know he was the player he is now? Absolutely not. No one knew. But for him to take this team-friendly deal, man, I wish he kind of did it now. You know what I'm saying? Back then, maybe we would have kept Hartenstein. But yeah, man, I'm good with it, man. Yo, this dude, give him that back end bread. I'll be okay with it. I just hope that it's not gonna come up years later, about some funny business going on, behind the scenes. But I'm okay with it, man.
Nah, it's not even gonna come to that.
Here's my thing.
Here's
my thing. When Carson Palmer retired, when he was on Cincinnati and he wasn't winning, and he retired, he let me know, and he let the whole world know, front ain't nothing. They said, Carson Palmer, how can you retire? You can't afford to retire. And Carson Palmer said, I use my money to make good investments. I got money. I don't need money. I don't have to do this shit, right? So when you put it into the perspective of money, okay, these people don't need money. These people don't need money. And that's the importance of the fact that if you need money, you wanna play for money. If you don't need money, then you're gonna play for what you want in life. Carmelo Anthony went to the Knicks because he went to the Knicks for money. The Knicks at that time wasn't a
Right.
team that was going to win a championship. Carmelo Anthony went to the New York Knicks for money. So there was a situation where he valued money over winning a championship. Jalen Brunson may not need money.
Carmelo would have got more money in Denver. He would have got more money staying in Denver.
But he
You
didn't
know
want
what
to
I'm saying?
stay in Denver. He didn't leave Denver because of the money. He left Denver because he already kind of fucked that up. He already kind of said he wanted out.
George Karl. He
burnt
left
his
Denver
bridges.
because of
And
George
Karl
Karl.
pushed him out.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Also, he wanted to play at home.
You wanted to win a championship, and you went to the Knicks, who was a team that wasn't ready to win the championship. You went to the Knicks because they gave you that break. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care what you're saying. If somebody has made $50 to $100 million in their career, and they have to choose money over winning or whatever they want, somewhere they fucked up. So Jalen Brunson, so to me, when they say Tom Brady took pay cuts, they say
some of these guys are.
When they say Tom Brady took a pay cut,
some of these guys.
What?
Some of these guys are playing just for the check.
No,
all right.
But that's what I'm saying.
You gotta look at Jalen Brunson's background and Carmelo's Anthony's background, right? Jalen Brunson's pops was in the league already, all right, and he's coming from a family with money. Carmelo didn't have that same opportunity. There was nobody in his family. Yeah, he's the breadwinner.
That's my point, TJ. That Jalen Brunson, it's easier for him to say, "Hey, you know what?
Right.
I want to win a championship. I'm in my best position. I'm getting my best recognition. I'm being able to play. I'm getting respected as a player. I'm getting all-star games. I'm getting all of this respect. And I'm on a team that could possibly win a championship. So fuck that money, because he is in a position to say that. So it's easy for Jalen Brunson to make that decision, where somebody like me who grew up poor, who fucked up, might not be in that same position. You know what I mean?
But we can say that he's betting on house money.
No, so when y'all saying, yeah, so when y'all saying, oh, Jalen Brunson's taking a pay cut, this is the best. This is most recognition he's ever got in his career. This is the best team he's been on. This is his best chance at winning, right? So him taking a pay cut is not that big of a deal. To me, that's like a no-brainer. Take that pay cut, make that money, win championships, because you don't need it. You know what I mean? So this is not nothing special to me. This is something that you can do. Just like when Tom Brady was doing it. Tom Brady had plenty of money. Tom Brady had fucking endorsements and everything. Tom Brady didn't need that money. So
that's my point. That's my point. He's betting on himself, because should they win a chip there, that motherfucker will be the king of New York, and he will make that money back tenfold.
Forever.
He's betting on himself.
He can run for mayor. He's getting the key to the city.
That dude's gonna be
out
endorsing every brand.
The following year,
he's gonna be on Quiznos commercials and shit. So, no, but some of what Ty said is right. Yeah, and also what Ed wrote. You know, he comes from a family with money. He doesn't need the money like that. I mean, still leaving 56, mil on the table is not just a little bit, but in his heart, he feels that they got a championship squad. He feels that they can win, and he knows he needs the soldiers to go to battle with. So didn't Jordan take the cut too? Didn't Jordan take a cut? Jordan was never the highest paid player in the league. So goats do that type of shit. Yeah,
never.
So he's wide awake to what's going on. Leon Rose is out there cooking. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but he is cooking. He is cooking. So, but yeah, there's a myriad of other ways that Jalen Brunson is going to make bread.
And trust Tyrone.
Not even winning the championship, just keeping the Knicks competitive, close to championship level, is going to earn him all the bread he needs.
Word.
So listen, he makes a couple of conference finals. It's a wrap. He's one of the greatest Knicks of all time, and he's the king of the city.
It's not logical thinking fans like us that are like, oh, he's, I've let it off with people saying that, oh, he's taking less. Yo, you could fucking tap them out, and you could tap out the Knicks next year if you waited, yada yada. No, these are people who aren't Knicks fans who I think they want to see somebody say triple the Knicks so they can continue to talk shit that hey, this team ain't shit. This team is this that. Oh well, they're in a bad contract here to where they can't get this person, they can't get that person. I think a lot of the people that are hating are scared of the progress.
Yes.
And I'm not
Look,
saying the
if he wins,
process. I'm not saying the process. I'm saying scared of the progress because we are going to be one of the most insufferable fan bases. We are going to possibly be worse than WWE fans. We are possibly going to be worse than Star Wars fans. We might possibly be worse than Star Trek fans if we get one in our recent lifetime.
here it is. Look at all iconic sports figures out of New York. Derek Jeter, Eli Manning. Right now, Aaron Judge. Joe Namath is still living off the one Super Bowl he got. Jalen Brunson will surpass all of them. All of them. He immediately rises to the top of the mountain, face of Mount Rushmore, as one of the greatest players that play in New York of all time if he wins a chip. And the money, they'll be throwing money at him. It'll be ridiculous. He'll have to turn down dumb shit not to take money. That's how big it'll be.
It'll be Nick Foles and Jason Kelsey in Philadelphia. Like you can walk into any restaurant and eat for free.
You're eating free.
Unless it's a Cowboys bar.
They still might give him a free drink just cause.
Yeah, it's just. I just wanted to get. Go ahead, Tyrone.
You know what's so fucked up about this is that the concept for me is like people don't even understand how far this goes. So Brunson's on the Knicks, right? And now you got all these teams in the East scrambling to do shit. And the Phillies don't. I mean, the Sixers don't want to sign Paul George, right? And it's like y'all not beating the Knicks, even with Paul George. I don't see the Sixers beating the Knicks, right? I don't see the Sixers beating Boston with Paul George. So it's like, even the trickle-down effect, it's like Brunson knows that this team is a championship caliber team. And so that's my respect for him to say, hey, listen, I'm on a championship caliber team. I don't really need fucking money. And like you said, TJ, he's going to own New York City. So what? I don't understand why it's a big deal that he's taking a pay cut. It's like, why are we even talking about it? This is a no-brainer.
But
this is an easy fucking decision to make.
But Tyrone, let's keep it real. It's not a cut if you're still getting more than your last contract. It's not a pay cut. It's not a pay cut. You're still winning. You got more. You got one more dollar than your last contract. It's an upgrade.
But you're taking a pay cut as far as what you can make. You know what I mean? Like you're not getting the max contract. So if you're not getting the max contract, you are essentially taking a pay cut.
But again, you're talking to somebody that kind of just thinks sometimes in straight logic. If it's a dollar more than you were earning for the day, you're still up.
It's more money, right?
You know what I'm saying?
It's $56 million more than what he made on his last contract. You understand what I'm saying?
I wasn't getting too specific, but you're right, TJ. But I'm just saying, if you're getting a dollar more than what you were getting yesterday, you're up.
Yeah,
you're still right. Up. And if you're doing it to say, hey, team, it's all the other stuff we talked about is like once you start diving down the rabbit hole a little bit more. Okay, his upbringing, maybe he doesn't feel the need to be fucking balling out of control, yada, 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 yada. It just showed to me, team player, you are willing to keep things keep the team in motion financially because guess what? You're going to get yours. And that's the simplest way that we can put it. You're gonna get he's getting his. Like Ed said, it's not a pay cut, but it's a leave money on the table. Money to save James Dolan money, who pays no property taxes on MSG, some billionaires stay winning. If you want to look at it from that angle too, cool, Ed, that's cool.
Absolutely.
I'm looking at it on the fan level of You're keeping more money to bring somebody. If you got to pay somebody else a little more to come in, go ahead, Tyrone. I'm
Let
sorry.
me just say
I
something.
keep.
Ed always talking about, oh, the billionaires me. Fuck the billionaires. They billionaires because they do this shit. They know how to keep money. They know how to swindle. They know how to do all the bullshit that they do to keep money and make money. That's why they billionaires. I don't give a fuck about
We're not talking about we're not talking about the crooks right now.
No,
We
no,
know
no.
that.
I'm saying, Melina's like,
That's what I'm saying.
Ed's like the billionaires say billionaires. Yeah, they say billionaires. Yeah, they do crooked shit. Yeah, they doing the shit. Yeah, they fuck over the employees. That's how they say billionaires. I
But
don't give a fuck.
Tyrone,
That's who they are. That's what they're going to do. I'm not worried about them.
I think Ed is speaking
Tyrone.
to a specific point though, where James Dolan negotiated so he doesn't pay any taxes on MSG.
Hey, that's what they do. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Which, even as a Knicks fan, in the back
But
of my
most of these
mind,
owners,
you hate that shit.
they didn't
but-
become billionaires because they owned a sports team.
The fact is, most of them don't pay taxes any goddamn way because of their class. That's just the way it is. Yes.
Hey, listen, whatever loophole you
Most
find
of
to
these
make
billionaires were billionaires before they had the team. Mark Cuban was a billionaire before he bought the Mavericks.
Listen,
No. The sports teams are their hobby.
You gotta do to be a billionaire that maintains your billionaire status.
Right. This is a side gig.
Yeah.
This is a side hustle for them.
Listen, it goes back to what I was just saying, Tyrone. And this goes with what you're talking about. We're not talking about the crook owners. We know in all of this. Go ahead.
In the comments.
Again, and Tyrone, I'm answering that. Ed brought it up in the comments, but we are not trying to discuss the crook owners. Yes, the crook owners are always going to win, even if they have the fucking shittiest of shit teams. They're always going to make money. And we've been saying fuck James Dolan for the longest. I'm glad he's staying out of the way and just letting Leon Rose do what he's got to do with the money that is allocated to the team. We're just talking about the team level. Of course, we know what Dolan does. Of course, the ownership. We know that. That's not the topic of conversation for right now. You're not wrong, Ed, but fuck them for now. The Knicks are still looking upward.
I just want to say something. I'm not saying fuck James Dolan because I want to go to the next game this year. So I just want to put that out there. Don't put me on the list, Mr. Dolan.
You don't want to get Charles Oakley?
Yeah, don't put me on that list, Mr. Dolan.
So hey, let's bottom line this, right? We all know that no team in the West right now can fuck with the East, like how I see it. How I see it right now, the West is not strong enough to fuck with the East. So let's bottom line this. If the Knicks championship a bust this year, the next season, upcoming season, is they championship a bust?
No.
They got a 3-year window.
Have you?
Yeah, no.
Jamal, I was gonna say Jamal, has he not been listening to the episodes that we've consistently been saying?
No.
We just want to see progress.
What I'm saying
right.
is
because he's deep in the.
No. What I'm saying is
deep in the La Brea Tar Pits in LA. He in the La Brea Tar Pits in LA, bro.
No, right? What I'm saying is the West right now, I don't see the West competing with Boston. And even the Sixers getting Paul George, if Paul George pans out, I don't know a team in the West that really can compete with that. The West,
Tyrone.
So hold on.
Without you. Let me pause you. Pause for a second. Without you, we don't even need this breakdown. We know what you're saying because we agree. The West ain't hanging really right now in the long run. All these teams are all broken up. We don't know what your Lakers are gonna be. Fuck the West right now. The Warriors dynasty done. It's done. It is. We answered your question. It is not championship or bust right now. End of story. It's not.
I think the conferences are finally even for the first time. I never thought even last year when they said the West was so much better than the East. I thought that was bullshit when the best team in the league was in the East, and we knew it.
Right.
I think the East is top.
I always thought
that's what it is.
Yeah, but so is the West. I mean, if you look at the top 3 teams in the East, and the top 3 in the West right now.
So all you Knicks
Not even.
fans are all happy about Brunson and all that shit, right? Where do the Knicks go that you be satisfied? So
Say
Eastern
again?
Conference Finals, that's it? That's what y'all cool with?
No,
At
That's the
least.
next step. That's
no.
all we're looking for.
Next step, but
And
it's just
we're looking for
advancement, bro.
progress.
Advancement.
We're looking for
Yes, that's
progress,
it, bro.
dude. It's,
We've been a
it's
dumpster
why
fire
has
for
it
2
gotta be
decades, fam.
championship or bust?
We got the patience
We
now.
just got
Yeah.
This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for, them titles.
why?
Because y'all got the team now, and it's only Boston. There's only one team y'all way, and it's the Celtics who are inconsistent.
Listen,
And I'm saying
listen.
that if I was a Knicks fans right now, it'd be championship or bust for me, bro.
No,
I need this.
Now,
you are
according to the national sports media,
you-
all of a sudden the Sixers are the heir apparent. So we'll see.
right, because and
Why?
that Jamal, it's and again it goes back to what I said last week. It's only
Yes.
because they have 3 celebrity names. That's how they look at this shit. Because recent track records, yes, you won with 3 celebrity names, and then not and
Also
then
the
the rest filled in.
What?
We're building a complete top to bottom team, just like Boston built a top to bottom team, but they only hung their hat on how much was Jaylen Brown getting paid. What is Jason Tatum going to take that next step? You built.
God, I'm just saying.
The
media is making a popularity contest. You don't win chips on
That's
a popularity contest.
Yeah,
You
because
don't
the
win chips
popularity
on a popularity contest,
the
bro.
popularity contest is who is celebrity name A, B, C. That's why all of a sudden the Sixers are championship chances are being rated higher than ours just because they got Paul George.
Didn't Paul George just come from a better team than he's on now?
Allegedly, with more star names. But here's the thing, to go back to something you were saying, Tyrone, is you know what? Y'all kept trying to jump in. Go ahead. I forgot my point now.
All of y'all right here. All of y'all's right here. Where the signing Paul George and re-signing Kyle Lowry put the Sixers as far as like getting a championship? Does that put them against
Lowry was a good signing.
Lowry ahead of Boston?
No.
The Sixers are good. Don't get me wrong. They're good, but they have a bench now, which they didn't have last year. So it's going to make them tougher. The problem is the only person that's on that team that's really a dog is Maxey. They don't have championship DNA on that team.
And he can't play defense.
I can't call Embiid a dog, man. I can't call him that because
he's not a dog at all.
I can't, man.
He's the best fucking player on that team.
He's not.
He's the best skilled player on the team, but he's not a dog. We saw that last year with the shit he was doing against the Knicks. You know what I mean? Yeah. So,
dirty dog.
Bench and those dudes. Now you asking all these dudes to stay healthy. Kyle Lowry was a good pickup. I was hoping that Leon would pick up Kyle Lowry to back up Jalen. But
the staying healthy shit is bullshit too. Paul George played 74 games for the Clippers last season. That's as healthy as he's been in a few years. 74 fucking games. And guess what?
I remember
Clippers
my point now.
was dog shit. Didn't win nothing.
He's also 34 years old.
That's what I'm saying about the Sixers. Agreed. They don't got nobody. There's no championship DNA on that team. They got some good ass players.
And here's the point that I remembered. I'm sorry, Jamal. I'm sorry. Here's the point that I remembered, right? It's about team. No matter how much celebrity name, no matter how much big name, all-star caliber, yada, 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 yada. It's about building team. And these teams, let's remember, these teams, this is going to be year one for a bunch of these combinations. So to jump in and say championship or bust because we got the Nova Knicks now is crazy to me. We need to see them work like a well-oiled machine or give us flashes of national championship run first. To then build the confidence of, now this season is championship or bust. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then like Ed was mentioning, give some love to his comments. No one has the depth the Celtics have, and Mazzulla finally learned to drive Ime Udoka's Ferrari. Good point. But that's what we've been building slowly and quietly.
The Celtics top 9 is crazy, and that's what the Knicks are trying to build. And
Right.
Missoula is driving his own gremlin, bro. That ain't even Joker's Ferrari. Missoula is out there doing his own shit. But Ed is exactly right. It's that top nine. It just, what are you gonna do with that?
I don't confirm to this whole.
And I hope Ed's right here. I hope he's right there. Yes, sir. I hope he's right.
I don't confirm to this whole team gelling the fucking thing. Because my thing is this, right? If the Knicks go to the Eastern Conference Finals and they lose to the Celtics, and then the next year they don't get nobody in free agency, they don't get a new player, they don't get nobody else, right? And y'all gonna tell me, oh, the team just gotta gel more? No, bro, no. If you got a championship caliber team, you need to win now, because if not, you're gonna have to make adjustments the next season. If the Knicks lose to Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals next season, what are they going to do to beat Boston next year?
Ty,
get better.
These Knicks don't have to gel. These dudes have played with each other. They know their spots. Yes, it should be easier for them to win. The communication is big, but you just saw, who was the center on the Clippers? We're just saying, Paul George didn't do his assignment in one game in the playoffs when they knew everybody was switching, and he didn't switch, and the guy got beat, and the game was over for an easy bucket after that. That's what he's talking about. Communication, everybody being on the same page goes a lot further than having one superstar on your team.
But the point
you talking about
the point you made,
point them out.
the point you made before that though, TJ, was it fed right into what Tyrone was saying as far as, well, if we have a team that should instantly gel together, then why is it not championship or bust? But still, we're thinking with logic. We're thinking with logic, Jamal. It is not championship or bust. We want to make sure that this shit works.
The Knicks are in year 4 of this rebuild project with Leon Rose and these guys. Where they came from, everybody poo-pooed when we got Tibbs, and they still shitting on Tibbs. And Tibbs took the cast of the White Shadow almost to the Eastern Conference Championship last year. Okay? Okay?
White Shadow.
So, all right. So the Knicks bet on continuity. They bet on continuity and said, we'll build around it when the opportunity comes. And said, fuck trying to make this giant splash of these superstars, because there's plenty of superstars out there with one chip or chipless right now. You know what I mean? So the Knicks are trying to gradually improve, and that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing, man.
You think about it, the whole fan base, damn near the whole fan base, said the same thing. Yo, let's run him back. Let's run it back. Let's not make no changes. Yeah, let's not make no changes.
Because
let's run it back.
We still have to gel, because they still need to learn to play with OG and Julius on the floor. Now, the litmus test we got is when OG and Julius was playing together, the Knicks ran roughshod through the league. And on that run, they blew the Sixers out in Philly by 40. They took down Denver in Denver. They beat Minnesota in Minnesota. I think they went 12-2 with Julius and OG. There was no the league had no response to that. So now they added another elite wing on top of that. And they're just trying to get better. It's now you got to get out the second round. We don't want to be the second round Sixers. Well, now they're the first round Sixers, because we got the second round. But we trying to get to the ECF. All Knicks fans want is gradual improvement, fam. Yes, you always want a championship, but we not Cowboys fans. We not out there saying we gonna win a championship every year. This our year. We can't do that, because you see how that works out.
You
the Lakers expect the chip every year.
You already know, man. They're calling the Wings, man. Wingstop, man. That's the name that's been floating around.
I think
and you know the Knicks hate is real in the sports media. It's a bias against the Knicks. It is what it is. And the Knicks have been a laughing stock for a long time, and they've earned it. So even after the playoff, bro.
I really think that my problem is that my mentality is fucked up, because I'm a Lakers fan, and we only deal in championships. You know what I mean? We don't deal in losing like you Knicks fans.
Well, you can try to talk that shit, but when Jamal said we ain't like Cowboys fans, I was waiting for him to say we ain't like Lakers fans either. because
Yeah,
every year is championship or bust. Now I get it.
right.
Yeah, y'all have the legacy, and y'all have had the fucking amazing rosters over the years. But y'all have had a lot of dead spots in them same years too. A lot of dead spots in them years. But it was always championship or bust. Why? Because of 17 times.
It wasn't always championship or bust. When we got Gasol, it was championship or bust, and we won 2 of them things. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't always championship or
I'm not
bust. But when
bringing
we
that
got
back
certain
up.
players,
When you
Nah,
just
when you got
you just
Andrew Bynum and Smush Parker, y'all was saying the same shit, bro.
we won 3 championships for Andrew Bynum. We won 3
that they
championships for
did.
Andrew Bynum. What are you talking about?
But no,
We won
but
3
see,
years
but
later.
TJ, you played yourself because you once again you allowing Tyrone to discredit
I was about to say.
everybody else because
I was about to
he
say.
Yeah,
I was about to say.
just did this last
TJ,
week.
you
Oh,
baiting him right now, man.
yeah.
You baiting
It's
Tyrone,
But look
man.
at Phoenix.
it's
Look at Phoenix. They got Booker, Durant, and the guy from the Wizards.
Phoenix
Beal.
was
They
they got a mess,
everybody
is what they
predicted
got.
them to go to the finals off the first year.
Phoenix was championship or bust when they got Durant. They was.
just
That's
because they
why.
were
Everybody
That's
is
big
when they get
names that
Durant.
are heavy scorers.
Everybody.
why.
The Nets were championship or bust when they got
Facts.
Durant. And look at the 3 they had. What'd they do?
Exactly.
Did they get out the second round?
Yeah, but that's
With
why I
that
said.
No,
But that's why my respect level for Durant and my place of Durant on the NBA spectrum of high has went way low. You went to that Phoenix team with championship or bust and you didn't win it. That he's turned down a notch for
I
me.
disagree. I
And see,
disagree.
eh, I disagree heavy. Oh, because once
he's
again,
not a dog.
what did I
He's
say?
not a
What
dog.
did
He's
I
not a
say?
dog.
All but forget the
Here you go,
dog.
Jamal.
What did I say? What did I say all of last week? It reminds you, no matter how much of a number one talent you got, the rest of the team still got to do their job. And
Facts.
all of these sports are team games, no matter how you spit it. Because
But
again, if we bring this back to Tyrone logic, right? The Bulls won 6 championships with Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen on the court, the first one.
dog,
Then it was Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman on the second one.
dog, all of them.
Yeah.
So they won that. What my point is, what I'm saying is, it was 2 against 5 and then 3 against 5. Everybody else don't count. John
No,
Paxson
Their
shot
role
for the
players was
championship
dogs
didn't
too, though.
count.
Right.
Curse don't count.
Their role players
But the
was
point,
was was
but
ridiculous.
the
That's what
point,
you're trying to say. That's what you're
Jamal,
trying to say.
the
Yeah.
point is, it was a team game. It's more than just a fucking celebrity player.
And here's
Whether
my
it's
That's the
point.
5 or
truth.
11.
And here's my point. When Gasol went to the Lakers, Gasol was soft. Gasol wasn't that dude. Gasol wasn't going to get it done. Bynum was injury prone. Bynum wasn't tough. Bynum wasn't that. Bynum wasn't Shaquille O'Neal when the Lakers thought it was going to be Shaquille O'Neal. Okay, we had a Lamar Odom who they said was washed up, who they said was past his prime. We brought Derek Fisher back, who everybody said Derek Fisher still wasn't another top tier point guard, right? And we
Yo,
won because Kobe was the leader on that team and Kobe was a dog. And so I'm
Tyrone.
saying when Durant went to Phoenix with that team,
Oh,
if
you're
Durant
gonna say
had
what I'm
been
gonna
the dog
say.
and the man that he claims to be, Phoenix would have won the fucking championship.
Tyrone,
All right, now
your
pause, Tyrone.
recollection of history, your recollection of
No,
history is skewed.
how is
Because
this true?
Gasol was that
Now,
dude.
No, it
Gasol was
wasn't.
that
now
dude in
I was gonna
Memphis.
say,
You telling me that
and
they
I
didn't
didn't,
think
and I
Gasol
didn't,
was too small?
Tyrone.
Bynum was the next best thing coming
To
out.
Shaq,
No. Maybe not just Shaq.
they said he was going to
Shaq
be Shaq.
is once a generational player.
They said he was going to be Shaq.
No.
Yes,
Y'all
they
are
said.
arguing irrelevant shit now. Let me show y'all how y'all are arguing irrelevant shit. Because what Tyrone did in breaking down every name, right, was he described the Lakers building the pieces to create the team that could win a championship. I.e.,
No.
nigga, yes, you need that number one dog. There's no question, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
So Durant wasn't
But
that.
all right, but to your again, like your bad recollection, like O said, and how everybody was allegedly not this or that. No, okay, let me show you that this person is this. Yo, Lamar Odom, let's show him that this person is that. Andrew Bynum, let's show you the world that, and the team gelled together for multiple championships. Team. That's it.
Right. Can't do it by yourself.
team.
You
You
can't.
can't do it by yourself.
You can't do it by yourself.
Nobody does it by themselves.
You said it last week. You said it last week. You made your points last week. You're saying it this week. We're making our points this week. Tyrone, I don't know. This disconnect, Tyrone. You can't do it by yourself.
Here's the thing: you can't do it by yourself. But there are certain players that when you put them in certain positions, they know that they're in a position to get the fucking job done, and they get it done.
But we agree with that.
Kevin
We agree.
Durant
We
was
agree
put-
with that.
Kevin
But
Durant was put in
you're making it
position
sound
for
like,
the
but
team.
you're making it sound like, yo, he did it by himself. And that was the whole thing last week with Tom Brady. You know, you was like, oh, he's doing it. No.
Time out. Kobe Bryant said he couldn't do it by himself. That was his whole, I might have to go to Chicago, I might leave the Lakers, blah, blah, blah. They brought in Gasol, who everybody said was soft, that wasn't going to work.
No, you said was soft.
No, a lot of people said what are you talking about? So they brought in Gasol, they brought Kobe, they gave Kobe some help, and they said, Kobe, here, we got you some help. And Kobe did it. So for me, I'm saying you can't do it by yourself, right? But Kevin Durant has had teams where he could do it. Y'all forget Kevin Durant was on that Brooklyn team with Kyrie Irving. Kevin Durant was on that Suns team where he had the pieces to do it, and he did not. So I'm saying that Phoenix Suns should have won the championship, and I'm saying that if that was Kobe, Phoenix would have won the championship.
But again,
that's what I'm
no,
saying.
they wouldn't have. No, they wouldn't have because
if that was Kobe,
I know. All right. You got your bullshit out again.
It's not bullshit.
And I'm gonna once again respectfully decline and say you're wrong again because with now we're hanging our hat on Phoenix. Phoenix don't play no fucking defense. Tell me a championship team that wins without playing defense. I'll wait.
Who's the stopper on that team?
Nobody. So and D'Antoni,
Bradley Beal,
the aura of D'Antoni is still there, where it's just try to outscore everybody. You get what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like
I'm gonna shoot more threes than you. That's it.
You got a 7-footer on that team that's got footwork. That's supposed to be the leader of that team, Kevin Durant. He has to be the example. Kevin Durant has to play defense. He has to be the defensive stopper.
You're right.
You're right.
20 years in the league.
Tyrone,
you think that's going to happen now? He can't do that.
Tyrone,
no.
You're getting super
bionic.
That takes him down a notch from my caliber of players. It takes him down. I'm sorry. Kevin Durant ain't that dude.
You're getting super hot while making our points. You're arguing against our points while still making our fucking points. You're still making the points for everything you said. It don't matter how fucking high caliber, low cap, whatever. All these sports are team games, and you need the pieces to work properly. These Phoenix teams, they tried to say that they were championship or bust because it was 3 celebrity players who were the number one guys on their teams, and so stupid sports media just runs and assumes, oh, you got 3 number one guys, you should be able to do it.
And
then everybody else should be the dogs. When everybody else doesn't play like the dogs, of course you need your star athletes to inspire and influence them. But when the shit ain't happening, guess what? That's why all these dumbass teams are fucking rebuilding every 2 and 3 years, spending stupid money to try to finally get to where they're trying to go. And just think, all these teams have been scrapping and fighting just to get one, so they can ride their hat on just one. Just one.
So let me ask a question to the group, right? And I'm not going to do what they said I do and answer my own question. I'm going to ask the question. I ain't going to say shit else. You got a player that you all say is a high caliber player in this league, a top 10 player in this league, right? If that player has been on numerous good teams that have not won championships, does that not diminish his star status?
How is that? If that player still performs to be an A1 talent? No.
I mean, Jamal just said Boston's top 9 is ridiculous. They only have a top 9 if they have people who are playing at a star status or a superstar status. All right. Everything else doesn't matter if you don't have that talent to match what how deep your roster is, because that's
Team
only
game,
going to
like
carry
Dan
you
said.
so far.
Team game. KD is always going to be a superstar. I mean, nobody's going to deny that. He's the greatest offensive player we've seen. I think the statement was he's just not a dog. That's just it. And sometimes not
Right, but
everybody can
yet,
be Batman. That's just the way it is. Not everybody can be
but
Batman.
And
KD,
when you say, I'm sorry, but when you say a dog, right? I think that the term is we're losing the meaning, the real meaning of a dog. You a killer. Kobe was a dog. Jordan was a dog. When Brunson fourth quarter, he's a dog. You know what I'm saying? KD, it doesn't. Nah, I don't get that. You don't get that vibe. LeBron, you don't get
KD,
that vibe. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like these guys is dogs.
I see.
Josh Hart,
Mm.
dog. Josh
Well,
Hart when he
dog.
when
I
he gets
mean,
that
dog.
when he gets that rebound and he's going downhill from the backcourt, you know it's 2 points. We've seen that in the Indiana series. Dog. These are guys that are every player who's an all-star is not a dog. Yes, Paul Gasol is not a dog. You know what I'm saying?
Not everybody can put a team on their back. Is what it comes down
Yeah.
to. Those guys are those type of people are born, man. You know what I mean? That can just
Right,
have that type
and
of drive
most
and that type of aggression to put a team on their back and just say we not losing. Jimmy Butler's a dog. You know what I mean?
He's a dog.
Yeah. So
but
For me,
most of the real dogs on these squads though are the role players, are the ones that do the dirty work, are the ones that clean up the scraps. Because like we
yep.
mentioned in KD, right? We quickly forgetting KD was the Finals MVP on those Golden State Warrior teams each and
Hmm.
every time.
about the
Because
flaw.
because because I didn't say he was a dog though. I didn't give that.
He
We're
was the
not
best
talking
player. That's
barbershop,
yeah.
but he was the best player because he had the right pieces around him that allowed his game to flourish, and everybody else filled in the blanks.
Philly has been
They
And
didn't.
begging Joel Embiid to be that dog for the last 5 years. They've been
But
begging
TJ,
Joel Embiid to put the team on his back.
but TJ, night after night, that man has done that in times. 40 plus games, 60-point games,
I don't know. I
50
had to
plus point
see.
games. But
Maybe my
but
leg
but the
is
prop
hurting me today.
but but again, the issue goes back to with Philly. Okay, cool. Joel Embiid has given his maximum effort. Tyrese
Dan,
Maxey had a coming out party last year, the past 2 years. What about the rest of the fucking roster? They wait.
I
Then you
understand
want to
that,
talk about a
Dan.
team that wasted money? The team that wasted money on somebody. Tobias Harris is now back in Detroit. He went there
Yeah.
for 120 and never turned out to be the dog he should have been to fill in the
Right.
blanks for
uh,
Philly. And
shout
Dan,
that's
out to
the point.
Tobias
So
Harris because
Embiid,
he
Dan.
can spend the rest of his career just painting, bro, and just chilling. He got no stress right now.
that's it.
He got no
Doing
stress.
goldfish commercials with fucking Boban.
Good for Tobias, man.
Right. He's been good.
But
But
when the money's
again,
on the table and you need to step up, like it is in the playoffs, regular season is the regular season. I'm not discrediting what you're saying about him putting his team on the back.
no,
But
but
when there's
TJ,
money on the
even
table
I'm with
and
you.
you need to
I'm with you.
go
I'm
ahead.
with you. I know I'm not about to cut you. I'm sorry. I know exactly what you're saying. And yes, we're right because he hasn't taken that next step. But again, when the whole weight is on you and you don't have players on your team that you can trust, that you can do a LeBron James and kick the ball out to, make the smart basketball play. That's just a part. That's as much of being a dog as the person who you want that person to, be like Patrick Ewing and not be able to finger roll. You know what I'm
But
saying?
I have a question. Who's
Patrick
the dog
Ewing
on
was
Philly?
our dog.
So here it is now.
Embiid, Maxey, and that's
Philly
it.
got
And now we
Philly,
got to see if Paul George.
Philly got rid of Harris, right? Harris gone. They got Paul George, right? So now Philly's got Paul George. Harris is going. We said Harris is the final no dogs, no dogs. So is Philly championship a bust? Because for me, the same thing goes on with
Yes.
Philly. Is Philly
Yes.
championship a bust right now?
Yes.
No.
As many
Yeah.
second rounds they blown. Yes.
Yes, they're championship
Yes.
a bust right
It's time
now.
to put up or
They
shut
have to
up.
be. Paul George is
They have to
34
be.
years
See,
old. They have to be.
Yeah, that's where it differs for me. I would still say no. They're on the same path. I listen to me. I agree with y'all, but I would say no because they're on the same path as the Knicks as far as the Sixers just need to crack that second round stigma. That's why I can't personally say it's championship or bust for them when we call them the second
So,
round Sixers each and every week.
so
We
now,
call them the second round. They need to at least just be able to crack the second. If they were able to crack the second round, I believe that team can very well win a championship if they just learn how to crack the second round.
here's my problem. If I'm going to put an Embiid as one of the top players of the league, and now you've been here all this time, and now you've been saying that you haven't had the team, and now you've got Lowry back, and he's saying he's a good point guard. You got Maxey, you've got Paul George. If you don't win a championship now, that brings Embiid down to me. That means like, dude, you're. I don't care what team you got, you ain't that dude. You ain't going to get that chip, bro.
But that's again, and that's opinionated thinking. According to you, according to other people, people's opinions, cool. But again, when we look at team game, their goal should be get the fuck past the second round. Am I wrong, Jamal? They need to at least get
No,
past the second round before they start talking championships.
they got the best player in the league now for years, and the fact that they haven't been able to get past the second round is, especially with the names they had, man. Come on, they had a big three, a hardcore big three for a minute. They had celebrity coaches, they had players, they had it all, man. And and that window's closing. And Joel Embiid, he's still the best player in the league, man. I mean, he dropped 50 on us with one leg. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Jokic is supposedly the best player in the league. Well, what happens when Embiid goes up against Jokic?
Wait a minute. He only goes up against Jokic in Philly. He doesn't play in Denver. He hasn't played in Denver in Denver in 4 years. Embiid doesn't play Jokic in Denver at all. He's sick. He's resting. Something's wrong. It's always an excuse. So,
okay.
Yeah, he don't match up with the big man like that in Denver.
So we can finally get past this. I'm gonna close this part with Ed's comment. Nothing says championship like Ben Simmons.
Amen.
Oh man.
Oh boy. I tell you what though.
What
the
else?
First 2 seasons he had in Philly, boy, that's all everybody was rolling about. Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Shouts out to KP.
Guy.
He thought he had something with Ben Simmons.
He also thought he had something with Markel Fultz, MCW, Jaleel Okafor. The list is long, bro.
Yeah. Word. And that's why like people like that, they try to make it a rivalry, Knicks Sixers. I don't recall it ever being a true rivalry. We're just an hour and a half drive from each other. That's how I look at it. It's never been a real rivalry. It's just an hour and a half drive. Shout out to my second favorite city.
Knicks and the Pacers is the rival.
Exactly.
It's a rivalry now. After last year's a rivalry now because the Knicks and Sixers have never been good at the same time, except for a few of the Ewing and Barkley years.
True.
In the 90s.
It's a rivalry now. It's a rivalry now. Trust me.
Even the Ewing and Barkley years, they never actually. The Ewing and Barkley years never actually led up to a Sixers-Knicks clash. It was always the Sixers already lost. or something, or the Knicks
No,
already was out.
we swept them. The Knicks swept them 1 year in the playoffs.
Yeah, because
That was the year we lost to Jordan.
that's
First year
not
we
a
lost to Jordan.
rivalry, though. You sweep them. That's like we bust our ass. Like, you know what I mean?
Should have swept them this year, but what can you do? Injuries
All right.
happen.
Yep.
Bro, so from Tyrone being wrong once again to now his
Wrong.
question of the week. Let's go. Let's go.
What's your
I
question
could
of the
pay
week,
for one of those belts too, brother.
Wrong. I wouldn't say
What's your
wrong.
question of the week?
Maybe use the word misguided or something. Don't say wrong.
Nah, misguided also means you made the wrong decision. You took that wrong fork in the road.
Anyway,
Should have went
My
straight.
Wrong is wrong, nigga.
okay, so my question was like everybody has pet peeves, right? Everybody has things that bother them that they don't like. And for me, sometimes things that bother people that they don't like or things that bother them are not legit. And I know that I have a pet peeve that is very illegit, but it still fucks me up and it still bothers me. So my question to you guys was, do y'all have a pet peeve that y'all know is fucked up, but it still bothers y'all? Like it's something that y'all shouldn't be mad about, but it still bothers you, even though it's like it's fucked up.
That is.
If y'all want me to go first to give y'all my example.
Go first. Go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's how fucked up I am, right? One of my pet peeves, one thing that bothers me so bad is when I see men doing certain jobs. And I know it's none of my business, and I know it's fucked up, and I know people have circumstances, but it still bothers me. So, like, if I go to McDonald's and the man is taking my order, that shit bothers me. It bothers the fuck out of me. In my head, I'm like, why the fuck is the man working at McDonald's? Why the fuck is a man, a grown-ass man of a certain age, taking my order? Or even when I go, like, to the supermarket, if a man is checking me out, I feel fucked up. Or if I go to, like, any place where I see a man working a job that I feel like a man shouldn't have, it bothers me. And I know that it's wrong. I know that it's fucked up. I know that it might be a little bit of sexist. I know that I'm not taking into consideration the circumstances, but it still hurts my soul to see, like, a man working at McDonald's irks my fucking soul, bro.
You're a piece of shit, Tyrone.
So
You're a piece of shit.
When Calvin got that job, that pissed you the fuck off.
Yeah.
When Calvin got that job at McDonald's, when Calvin got that promotion, the manager, that pissed you the fuck off. That was straight red pill. That was straight red pill fucking women belong in the kitchen type. Yeah, I see what you mean by fucked up. I see what you mean. Yeah. I see what you mean by fucked up. Yeah, you definitely declared that because that's a wow.
I can't control it.
So only women should be working food service jobs because cooking.
That's not how I really feel. I don't know. Like when I go to McDonald's, if I see a man behind that counter, it's just like, oh no, bro. Like
Tyrone, he could have just came home from doing like an 8-year bid, and this is the only job he could get.
I understand.
Where you gonna put him at?
Where you gonna put him at? But internally, that shit fucks me up.
Ed said Tyrone prefers more crack dealers than honest workers.
Hey, I'm not denying that it's a fucked up process and a fucked up way of thinking, but it's what happens to me, dude. I can't control it.
Well, you gotta find a way, brother. But I guess I'll go because you want to say fucked up. My pet peeve is the WWE, and there's an umbrella to it. There's an umbrella to like the WWE is the umbrella, but there's multiple things underneath it. One, it was a wrestling company. I'll put it like that. It's still a wrestling performance-based company, but the wrestling isn't the priority. It's about making the star that can look good on camera, can talk on the microphone. The wrestling is the bonus. They give the biggest spotlight to the person who can sell the most for them because it's a business. You got to sell. I get it. But it doesn't always go to who the championships don't always go to.
You muted yourself.
Oh, you muted,
Oh,
Chief.
my bad. I lost connection. My bad. I don't know how I lost connection, but so what I was trying to say was the championships and winning and stuff like that doesn't always go to who the best wrestlers are. And then the process and now how they recruit new talent bothers me. They just brought in Stephanie Vakir, who I got my first look. It was a hell of a talent. Go look her up, people. From CMLL, Mexico, and all that. And they just signed her. Now I feel like, and then when I see a signing like her, when I see other historical signings like some respects, AJ Styles, couple others. I'm not. My brain really wasn't thinking too heavily on reciting names, but a lot of their talents gets nerfed. Now, in some respects, it's a matter of like they teach you one, they teach you how to perform on camera well. Two, storytelling in the match. They teach you instead of doing a lot of the flip flop and fly, they teach you the this is the proper place to do it. And so a lot of talents that were like Ricochet, for instance, Ricochet, number one, who's now, I believe, gone. He's been gone now. This dude's career in the WWE, he had a long one. It could have been so much more. Watch him as Prince Puma or King Ricochet before getting to the WWE, and you're gonna be like, "Holy shit, they held this guy back! Holy
And
shit,
see,
they held this guy back!"
and
And so
see
and
that that's exactly what I was talking about. That's what I mean. That's the pet peeve that's fucked up. It's wrestling. Like for
I didn't even
me,
get through. I didn't even finish. But go ahead, continue.
no, no, no. I
No, go
started
continue. No, you're making a good point. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
no. So to me, that's what I'm saying. That's a pet peeve to me that's fucked up because it's like yeah, you got a pet peeve because that's how you perceive wrestling. That's how you look into it. You rather you think that this person, because of his skills and his wrestling ability, is supposed to take. For me, I don't give a fuck, bro. I like wrestling. I watch wrestling. I like WWE. I watch it because it's entertaining. I don't give a fuck who they push, who they don't push. I'm not into all that. So for you, it's like that's a pet peeve of yours. That's like, so what, dude? Like it's wrestling. It's fake. It's bullshit. It's fun to watch. You enjoy it. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
So that's how my pet peeve was supposed to get treated. But yeah,
No, that's
we did just kind of throw the well, damn dude, you fucking a fucking caveman at you. So I guess I get it. I'm not, but I guess I get it. But it's not I'm gonna
Kansas City
like I'm gonna
kicker, boy.
fully
What
shut
was
the
his
fuck up
name?
and enjoy because where I mean from it's like everything has to change, everything has to evolve. They used to be about wrestling. It used to be about the wrestling. The pay-per-views, you get whatever, whatever. To me, the WWE match style, it just looks too much. Let's get through this series of moves. And it looks all predictable to me. It's everything is let's get through these series of moves and shit like that. And cool, Ed. Yes, Ricochet did make nice bank and met his fiance in the WWE. That's on par with Roman pushing Big Macs, yo. I mean, yeah, I'm not mad that he had. I'm not mad. I'm not mad that he got the job, but it's just like when y'all know what it is when it comes to wrestling, and it's like you know what a person can do, but you can tell that they're being stifled. But then the last point that I wanted to make is their new way of scouting talent, though it's cool, it sucks to me because to what I call the WWE is the biggest 360 deal outside of the record industry. Most of their recruitment, I mentioned Stephanie because she's a recent recruit that didn't have to start and get recruited to their PC. She was a wrestler before. But everybody that they're trying to pull now, as far as all new recruits,
is in ties with NIL deals, and hey, we want you to come. We think you'd be good in this, and so now they're just pulling kids straight out of college that will, some of them no wrestling experience. Some of them, hey, I like WWE. Let me just go. But there is a world of wrestlers out there that could really benefit your company. You want to be a wrestling company, but that's my pet peeve. Who wants to go next?
I got one. My pet peeve is old people in technology and refusing to learn how to work shit. They just want shit to work.
Man, TJ
And yo, look,
just went at everybody parents. he just went at everybody parents right now, bro.
bro,
You got bad time
This
There
is
is
real
nothing-
IT beef. Real IT beef.
there is nothing more annoying than them telling me, well, why doesn't it just work? And I'm just like, what do you mean? Why doesn't it just work? I should be able to do this, and it should just work. Whenever in life have you just done anything and it was supposed to just work? Nothing you have done in the history of your storied life have you just done something and it's supposed to just work. It never worked like that. You holding on to old beefs, gripes, whatever you may have with technology, please. Listen, I'm not mad because they're keeping me employed, and I'll be employed for a very long time because you people refuse to change and be hard-headed in your old stubborn ways. As my man said to them, he was like, yo, we just call them people Luddites. And I was like, oh shit, that's go look up the word Luddite and you see that's wild disrespectful to old people.
Hold on. Come on, see, that's what I'm talking about. Your pet peeve is fucked up because I literally believe when I talk to my mother that she don't have the capabilities to even do this. My mom is not capable of fucking dealing with technology. It ain't that she don't want to, she cannot do it. She can't barely find the fucking power button on the fucking TV.
Ed said my pet peeve was TJ's old tin can internet connection. I'm glad he finally modernized. My God. But yo, TJ, like every word you said,
you're making it seem like my
TJ.
mother's just stubborn and she just don't want to do it. When I know that I gotta tell my mom, hey mom, this circle thing right here with this line in it, that's the power button for the TV, okay? So she's not capable.
TJ, everything you said, TJ, every single thing you said, I felt to my bones because you made me remember my time at Time Warner Cable when I was in the call center. I reset the bot. I did everything I did the last time, and it's still not working. Well, we need to send a tech to you. But what? But why? But how come? So I got to take a day off of work, and I got to do some. Hey, technology. Shit just fails sometimes.
I guess you get to a point where you don't give a fuck no more, and you just like, yo, it's supposed to work. I refuse to learn anything else. And a part of me gets it, and a part of me doesn't, and it's just like, why? I mean, like you said, Dan, it's the most basic shit. Like you said, Ty, this is the power button. You know what a power button is on your remote? You know how to fucking start your car? You know how to fucking open up your garage door.
TJ,
you don't tell me you
bro.
can't turn on your fucking laptop, bro? Are you fucking kidding me?
Bitter.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop
I got one. Man.
Hey, but hold on.
I think the only value
I want to trigger TJ real quick. I want to trigger TJ real quick. What about that lady, the lady that you had to fix the same problem 4 or 5 times a row in a week?
Bro, I let her have it. I didn't care if I got fired that day, bro. I let her have it. I let her have it, dogs. She was like, well, fuck it then. I was like, you came to me for help. I didn't come to you. You need my help. You're the problem. She wrote the shit down. Yo, let me tell you something. She wrote that shit down in her notebook. I saw her write it down in a notebook. when I went to her desk and I said, "Where did you write the password down there?" She pointed at some sticky note on the side of her fucking desk. I was like, "Where are you even looking at? You didn't even write it there. That's some shit." Matter of fact, burn that fucking note and send a kite with the shit because that shit doesn't even exist anymore. You can't use that shit anymore. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
And I like her.
wanted to
She's a
trigger
good
that memory.
person. And you know what? If I met her outside of technology, I think she'd be all right. She's cool. But man,
Maybe she just wanted the digits, man. That's why she kept calling you.
Bro, she's an alcoholic, bro. No.
That's where you draw the line.
No.
Fair enough,
bro. No. Listen, man. I explain it to you like you're a 3-year-old. I don't care. I will break it down, draw graphs, pictures. I will sit there and have you take a picture with your camera phone. This is your fucking password. If you ever forget it, now they can't even go back into the phone to find the picture that they took for the fucking password. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I've created a monster. It is all listen,
stupid
man.
People with smartphones.
Bro, it just
don't know how. She just don't know how.
She don't want to know. She don't want to know. She don't want to know, bro.
My bad.
She don't want to know.
I didn't want to skip you, because you have one, but I wanted to hear that venom come out again because I knew he had a trigger. Go ahead,
You know, I have one, man, but I'm gonna change it, man. I have a problem with people. I can't even see the shit. Fuck it.
Yeah, you can.
I have a problem with people saying things with such conviction, not knowing that they wrong, man. And I shouldn't have a problem.
So you got a problem with people who state opinions as facts. That's what you have a problem with.
Like say for instance,
he got a problem with Tyrone. He got a problem with Tyrone, y'all.
That was an easy one. That was an easy layer because I was gonna say that shit. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Damn,
I'm not gonna do that. I knew that. That was a layup. That was a layup.
Say for instance, now when you say things like plantain when it should be planted, not.
Tyrone, do they say mountain? Do they say mountain?
Give you some. Get your whole thing of scripts, bro.
That's my exact point. That his pet peeve is fucked up. Because if I say plantain, you know what I'm talking about. So you don't have to correct me. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to be mad because I said plantain. You know what the fuck I mean.
But it irks him, Ty, because we know you saying it wrong.
So what?
You didn't sound it out at all. You didn't even sound the word out at all, Tyrone. You just said it.
If I come to your store and I say, hey, y'all got plantains, and I said it wrong, you don't have to worry about that. You know what I'm talking about. Just direct me to the fucking plantain.
Listen.
Let me go by my business.
Is it?
This is why Aaron grievances in a group don't work.
So, is it Gnips or Canepas? What it's two different. What is it? Gnips for you or Canepas?
For me, it's Gnip.
It's
Gnip, my bad.
Because Jamaicans say Gnips.
It's Gnip.
Yeah, Jamaicans say Gnips and Puerto Ricans say Ganepas. So that's I can understand from a cultural aspect that's being different, but when it's simple words like sword,
no, but TJ,
you know what I'm saying? People
sword, pronouncing the whole W.
or
nobody was doing that before.
No one fucking get it.
Nobody was doing that before Wu-Tang. The whole sword thing.
No. There was people doing that. Wu-Tang made it, just put it out there. There was plenty of people that were calling shit sword and salmon and all this other bullshit, bro. I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard it all.
Salmon pisses me off every time I hear it, man.
Salmon and motherfucking Jaguar. What the fuck is a Jaguar?
Jaguar.
What the fuck is a Jaguar?
That's my point, though. it bothers you, right? But it's fucked up because you know what the person talking about. So you can let that shit go.
Yes.
You can let it go.
No.
But let's
No.
We
keep
let it
going.
go
Keep
for the
it
sake of our
going.
mental. We let it go for the sake of our mental health, bro. We
Yeah.
let it go for the sake of our mental health, bro.
Yo, what is ambulance? What is ambulance? All
oh
right. I'm supposed to let that go too, huh,
Library.
Tyrone? Nah.
Library.
Library.
man.
Let me
Because you know
ask
what
you a
the person
question.
talking about. You know what they're
Ask your
talking about.
mother.
You just gotta just let that ride and go ahead on past. You gotta let that shit go ahead on past you,
Yeah,
man. You can't be
nah, man. That could cost you a job, bro. If you in an interview saying like, "Yeah, we fix swords where I worked at," you fix what? Swords. What the fuck is a sword, bro?
Sword. Nah.
Subliminally, Tyrone.
Hey,
For those in
I'm
the
more
post,
pet peeves than just that. I'll tell you that right now, man.
for those who can't see the show, it said so far my pet peeves are
That's
old
hilarious.
people, Ricochet's career, and subliminally Tyrone. Yes, Ed, we're with you. We're with you.
Here's the problem with what Ed said. My pet peeve is stop trying to act like something subliminal when clearly stated it was me. It wasn't subliminal at all. He put it out there. My own fucked up. You know what I mean? He basically said,
Damn. Ty, you don't say case quarter, do you?
huh?
Case quarter.
Yo, what?
Yeah, I do.
You say case quarter?
Case quarter. That's
Quarter.
right. That's right. Because it's a
What if
case
somebody
quarter.
hands you? What if somebody hands you a quarter in a little case? Would you take it?
It's a case quarter. Because if you give me a quarter, if I ask you for a quarter, and you give me $2 in liquid, that's a quarter, right? But it's not a case.
That's not a
No,
quarter. That's
no,
25
$2
cents.
in a nickel.
But it's not a quarter.
$2 in a nickel.
That's 25 cents. Ain't a quarter.
It's still a quarter.
Two
Though.
times in a nickel.
I mean, it's not a quarter.
Thank you.
You're right.
Thank you.
You're right.
Yo, after playing coin operated video games, once that generation was done, I stopped calling the case quarter. I only call the case quarter to play video games
It's a case
and
quarter.
maybe use laundromat.
But you know what I'm talking about. You know when I say a case
Case
quarter, that means
quarter.
I want the one coin that's 25 cents. I don't want $2 and a nickel. I don't want $2 and 5 pennies. You know what I'm saying? If I say I want a quarter, I want a case. If I say you got a case quarter, that means I want the 25 cents in a one coin. You know what I'm talking about?
You know, if you asked me if I had a quarter, I would know what you're talking about and give you a quarter.
No.
Yeah.
If you tell somebody got a quarter, they gonna give it to you. So if I say, Jamal, you got a quarter and you give me $2 and a nickel, I could beef with you. I could be like, yo, I need a quarter, I don't need $2 and a fucking nickel.
Yes. Because if you ask for 25 cents, it's different. You said a quarter.
Who said, yo, you got 25 cents? Nobody said that.
Everybody says it, Ty.
People who need 25 cents.
Everybody says that. I need a quarter for a meter. They don't ask for 25 cents for a meter.
No.
They don't
If
ask
you
for
need 25
a
cents, you
case
gonna go to
quarter for a
somebody.
meter.
If you need 25 cents, you gonna go to somebody and say, yo, you got 25 cents, or you gonna say, yo, you got a quarter? Which one you gonna say?
If I need
It depends
25
if I
cents,
needed a quarter or 25 cents.
What you
Right.
mean? It's a cash quarter then. That's why you gotta say I
Yo,
need a case quarter.
I'm not gonna lie with you, man. It's been decades since I heard case quarter, man.
Oh my god.
Word.
Decades.
Word. Oh,
Man. Somebody dropped it a little while ago. That's why I hit it. I was like, yo,
I've never
case quarter. I thought that word was
I've
retired.
never heard nobody in my life say, yo, you got 25 cents. Never heard that.
I don't know, man.
Everybody said,
Didn't
yo,
you buy
got a
now and
quarter.
latest and shit when you was a kid?
Everybody says, yo, you got a quarter. And if they give me $2 and a nickel, I'm saying, no, I need a case quarter because I'm going to play the machine, or I need a case quarter for the thing. You got to say case quarter because if you don't, people's going to give you $2 and a nickel.
You gotta say case quarter if you grew up in the fucking 80s.
That's
Like,
exactly
literally,
that's what I
like-
said. Playing video games on a laundromat. That's it.
I don't know. But we're going to have to check Roget's dictionary to see if this exists.
The thesaurus.
Oh my god. You up, Jay?
Oh, man. My pet peeve, you know what my pet peeve is? And it's probably hypocritical as fuck. It's pregame pundits in sport in shows on for sports. This probably makes me the biggest hypocrite of 2024, but
Yeah.
I fucking cannot stand sports shows and pundits talk. It's all speculation. A lot of it. It just. I'd
Especially
rather
when they
watch the
don't
game.
watch
I
the
enjoy.
game.
Yes, I like post game shows because now you're dealing more in fact of what happened. Pre-game shows is always about if. It's just straight up if. You know what I mean? And it just drives me crazy for hours and hours and hours of them talking about these games and I don't. That's just me. I get it. I know why it exists. I'm kind of doing the same shit right here, but ain't nobody paying me to do this, so fuck it. Anyway, national broadcast pundits with these pregame shows and hours and hours and hours of speculation and if it's just annoying as fuck. So
I
You
don't
know
know.
what
Yo.
bugs me
I
out, Jamal?
prefer post
You
game.
know what bugs me out is
Yeah.
when the game after the game happens and the team wins, or the underdog wins, and they be like, "Oh, we didn't see that happening, or we didn't figure this was going to happen, or we
That
didn't see
part.
that was going to happen." You're like, "How did you not see this? You spend they pay you hours and hours to study tape and watch for the intricacies of the game. How could you not see that happening? They're paying you guys
Because
millions of
TJ,
dollars to see it happen."
because the celebrity players didn't pull it off.
I'm so
which adds on to my other one, Jamal. That adds on to yours because you said TV
Mhm.
pundits. Mel Kiper Jr. Because it is so much fun watching him look, and I appreciate what he does, but it's so much fun watching him look pissed off when these teams don't draft the way he designed it with his pre-draft order.
I'm so distraught
Yeah.
by that pet peeve that is ridiculous because the pregame to me is the best part. The postgame I don't give a fuck about. I saw the game. I don't need you to sit up here and tell me what I just watched.
But
I don't give a fuck. I saw
that's
it.
my
You
point.
appreciate-
I'm gonna
you
watch the
appreciate
game.
the shit talk.
I'm gonna watch the game, so I don't need to see them talk about it because I'm gonna watch it. I'll listen to them afterwards.
I'd rather hear them give me an idea of what I'm going into than to tell me something about what I just fucking watched. I just
Again,
watched.
I'd rather them break down why they lost and why they won.
Tyrone likes the pregame shit talk. That's all it is.
Bro,
He likes the pregame barbershop talk.
So for me,
Bro.
the postgame is unnecessary. The pregame, I like.
Oh.
The worst is when they're doing the worst is when they're doing the NCAA tournament because nobody gets that shit right at all. Nobody's
That's a
100% on
I
that
got
shit.
one, man, and sorry, bro. I got one that I forgot. That's my biggest pet peeve. I need to drop this, and then we can go on to whatever other this. Sugar and grits.
Oh yeah, word. Yeah, no. That's a violation.
That's why I'm saying to y'all that people have pet peeves that are fucked up. Because sugar and grits, mind your fucking business. It's how I like my food. I want my grits sweet. Leave me the
Tyrone.
You got one.
Tyrone. It is my business if you
down.
Tyrone. It is my business if you're serving it to me and be like, "Hey, I made some grits. Did you put sugar in it?" Yeah. I don't want that shit. Don't even put it on my plate. Don't even
Flip the
say
table.
if you come to my house for breakfast one time, it only takes one time I put sugar in them grits. Don't eat it. Then when you come to my house next time, you already know. You're not getting no fucking grits. Dog. That's it.
Grits is
If you're putting sugar in your fucking grits, go eat cereal. Go have some fucking oatmeal. Go have Farina or some bullshit like that.
Farina,
Get
right?
out of here. Oh nah, and all right, hold up, because we gotta move on after this one. Ed said my pet peeve is showtime in the New York City subway. I'd rather be a professional pickpocket than fill up the subway cars with BO from dancing all day and almost kicked me in my face. See, now that's I'm
fucking
sorry.
crazy.
Coming from a person who grew up taking the Staten Island ferry, where you had free live entertainment by way of the shoe shine guy. People used to be at the front of the boat singing all the time. Give me some entertainment on the train that ain't robbing and stabbing, please.
Yo,
Nobody wants the
here's the other
subway
one.
circus, though, man. He's right.
Here's the other one. Here's the other one. People who have full conversations or want to blast their radio off their cell phone.
No.
You can't afford
On
headphones,
speakerphone.
dogs.
On
Yeah,
speakerphone.
you can't afford headphones, dog.
Here's
Even the
my shit.
plug-in joints are like $5 now. You don't need wireless. Just plug this shit in.
The kids who used to sell candy for the New York Nuggets basketball team, knowing damn well there was never a New York Nuggets basketball team. Ever.
There was never any basketball team.
Here's my
Right.
problem.
There was a guy out here on Staten Island taking donations for a traveling football team called the Staten Island Vikings. That was never a fucking team.
Here's my,
Was
That's
stood
the hustle.
outside the MCU bank all the fucking time.
here's my problem with the people that perform on the New York City subway trains and all that, right? First of all, I'm just getting off from work. I'm trying to get home from work. I don't give a fuck about what you're doing, dancing, none of that. I'll give you, if you need money for food, just say, hey, I need $1 for a sandwich. I'll give you $1 something. I don't got time. I don't want to see you doing all that shit. I'm just trying to get home. But here's my thing. The performances are so fucking good. That's my problem. My problem is these motherfuckers get out there and they bring their A game to them fucking trains, and they're out through bad because I don't want to give them no money. But it's like, damn, that motherfucker just climbed up that train pole, went on the ceiling, did a flip, came down. He swam like a motherfucker. I gotta give him $1. It's like
Yo,
he's
Tyrone, man, just play sleep, man. We all do it, man. Just play sleep.
That's right. You gotta build that wall of defense New Yorkers have called the face, the ice grill. Where Ed said, I'd rather these Showtime jabronis serve Tyrone his coffee than dance during my morning commute. That brought this full circle. Because we talked about a lot of shit, and the name that I was just stuck on the most in this case was the shooter yesterday was definitely Ben Simmons. I think they killed the wrong guy. I'm not saying Ben Simmons needs to die, but they whoever shot was Ben Simmons. Whoever shot, as the memes were saying, was Klay Thompson in the playoffs last year, 0 for 10. But not funny, not a joking matter.
Or Bronny in the summer league.
Well, yeah, that part. But it's you know. You know what it is? You know what it is? And we're talking about Trump getting shot at. He didn't get hit by a bullet. He might have gotten grazed by a piece of glass. Somebody said, so I seen a comment yesterday. Somebody said Trump did the ultimate blade job that wasn't in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't cool. It ain't cool that this happens. That anybody's doing this shit. Not at all. But Jamal, something you brought up in the Instagram group chat was like, this felt very staged. All of this shit, this whole thing felt very, very staged.
It feels like a false flag, bro. It feels like Vince Russo got another job, and this is what he's doing. It just
come on, bro. You gonna put this on Vince, bro?
Here's the thing. These people will go there's no limit to their thirst for power. They will do whatever it takes to get power. These are the people that orchestrated the January 5th insurrection and tried to tell everybody it was a peaceful protest. All right. This thing happened. Some 20-year-old was in the perfect spot outside the venue to get 5 shots off, a spot that the Secret Service conveniently wouldn't have had anybody scout or be on, right? Missed. This thing happens. He comes up with the blade job, with the blood, fist pumping, just in time for the flag to be right over him. And then somebody starts publishing pictures. Oh, a photographer caught the bullet. Zoom it by. And anything else. And I'm like, fam, Putin's Russia does these false flag things all the time on the regular. Could it be real? Of course. I'm saying it can't be. But my mind needs to be changed, bro. It's going to work for the people who believe in this dude. That is a real thing. Right? But It's this. There's just too many convenient things. This dude got 5 shots and he couldn't hit him.
That,
And
that's
then,
what
of course,
Bro,
as
so
always, the attempted assassinator has 3 names: James Earl Ray, Lee Harvey Oswald. This motherfucker's name is Matthew something whatever. I was like, I don't know.
You
And
know,
then even the whole thing when they tackled Trump, the Secret Service, and that whole thing when they got him, it fucking looks weird, man.
one thing.
If I'm wrong, so be it. But yeah,
The first thing I noticed, right? I guess me being in the military, shit. Me even playing Call of Duty, like you hear these shots from the long gun because that's what they call them now. And I'm like, okay, it wasn't a sniper rifle because sniper rifle is 1 round at a time. These were like 3
yep.
shots in succession, pop, 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 and then another pop, pop, pop. And just hearing it, it's like, yo, this whatever it was not a high caliber rifle. Some more like firecrackers. You know, the more the further we get away from the event that actually happened, the more you start poking holes in this whole story.
well, here's the thing.
And
Here's
then
the
he got
thing,
Jack
Gold.
Ruby. Can't question
So
me.
here's the
Motherfucker's
thing.
dead.
Yeah, he's dead, right?
Here's the thing. Here's the
Yeah.
thing, Gold, because somebody did die and 2 people are critically injured. So that was real.
Correct.
That was real. We can't forget about that, right?
Correct.
But I mean, for all the gun nuts and all these fake ass patriots who are saying we need to respect the Second Amendment and all that, this goes against everything they're saying. This action right here goes against everything they were saying. They took a shot at your man. If laws were enacted to the point where this wasn't allowed, this would have never happened. We wouldn't even be talking about this right now. But due to the fact that, this is a very gun-loving country, things like this are going to happen. And I saw a meme just this morning. Have the same compassion you do when the next person shoots up a school of 3rd graders. You know what I'm saying? Our thoughts and prayers are with
Word.
them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because you don't hear that rhetoric right now, do you? All that shit is quiet. Nobody's talking about none of that. What happened in Uvalde and all these other school shootings and shit like that? Nobody's talking about that. It's the same thing. They took a shot at a former president and a presidential candidate who's running for president again. That shit makes no sense to me. As far as the stage part goes and him raising his fist and asking, he lost his shoe or some shit like that and he wanted to go back and get his shoes or some shit like that. This dude, man, listen, if I'm getting shot at, I'm not reacting like that.
Yeah.
Nobody in their right mind is acting like that if they're getting shot at. Period. You're not like, oh, he missed. Let me throw the thumbs up. Let me throw it. You're trying to get the fuck out of there. That's a natural, normal reaction. Unless you have a gun on you and it's fight or flight at that point. In no sense in terms should you have reacted like that if somebody was shooting at you. Even other presidents, when they were shot or shot at, didn't act like that.
He's the first.
That's where my mind went to, where it was staged. It was like, you just got shot at, and you up here like, yeah, he missed. You up here like, you out here. Like, no, usually you get shot at, you and me in a position, you get shot at, they get you the fuck out of it. Somebody's trying to kill this man. Let's get him out of here. Let's get him somewhere safe. So for you to be out there, oh, he missed, I'm here, I'm good. It just felt fake as shit to me. Here's the other thing. What TJ said. For what? Why at this point is somebody really trying to assassinate Donald Trump? He's not even the president. He's not doing anything right now. He's just a candidate. And he's a candidate where most of America feel like he's not even going to win. So what is the motive behind even risking your life, even taking a chance at the Secret Service, even doing anything you do to try to shoot this man? Where's the motivation at? So for me, it was like, this is so stupid to me that I just can't fathom this being a real thing. I feel like this was set up. I feel like it's stupidity beyond my comprehension.
Here's what got me about it.
I definitely
Go ahead,
believed
Don.
it. I definitely believed it too. I definitely believe this shit was staged like crazy too. But here's where, in some respects, you take this disrespectful or not. I understand Project 2025, which we're going to do an episode on eventually.
Yeah.
It's
This takes the focus off that shit.
almost 900 plus pages. But Project 2025 is a big deal. And allegedly he doesn't know nothing about it, yet he's done verbally mentioned it in many speeches out there, especially on their floors. And that's where the thing is with Trump itself is the deliverance of Project 2025 and pretty much like the reassuring of, again, a white male dominated America that are fake Christians. And I'm saying it, yes, fake Christians, because all of these people do shit under the guise of the Bible, but then yet these are all the same motherfuckers that get caught doing all the creepiest, nastiest shit that allegedly your Bible tells you not to do. Plain and simple. And and this thing is a whole resurgence of white male America. This is why I said when we talked about this, when it was just me, JP, and I, when he first ran, this guy is white racist male America's last stand. And if he gets in, which I said in the group chat, I was just like, yeah, this just won him the election. But maybe not, because the spin, it's going to be hard for them to spin this when the shooter, they already found the shooter. They already killed the shooter. They already found out who the shooter is, who was a registered Republican.
Yep.
So
how do you spin yourself out of that? But now the guy is dead, so they can make up whatever they want, Jamal.
And that's what it goes back to. Y'all remember the last election when that person tried to storm the stage when Trump was speaking and how he shit his motherfucking pants, right? They caught the guy right before, and Trump, he froze. It is not consistent with the reaction he had from a gun, from
Right.
gunshots. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It just, he was comfortable already. Again, false flag operations happen all the time. Look at all of, just research Russian false flag. Look what Putin has been doing for years. And on top of it, to sell a false flag, there's always collateral damage. So people end up dying, which is unfortunate, which happens in this case. But I didn't have an immediate reaction to it because I said, let time go for a little while, and this thing will start unraveling. It seems little piece of thread will start unraveling, and they're desperate. They are ridiculously desperate right now, man. So it just does not surprise me. So my opinion right now is that it's a false flag, but you on mute, bro.
My bad. I'm glad I was on mute because I felt like I was cutting you off. I apologize.
No, it's all right.
Both sides are desperate. Both sides are desperate right now. Yeah. Both sides. If you're really paying attention to all of this shit, both sides are beyond desperate right now.
But only one side tried to take the country by force already, and that was a warm up. So this is why this what happened yesterday does not surprise me. Those folks who do,
if you
like
think
you
about
said,
it, if you think,
they know this is their last chance.
If you think about it, I mean, it's something I spoke to my parents about. This right here, what happened yesterday, whether it's staged or not, it's going to accomplish one thing. You're not going to talk about January 6th for now, and you're not going to talk about the 34 felonies. You know what I'm saying? And it just so happens that the convention is
Project
next week.
2025.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was to conveniently before the convention to try and it was a type of rallying call. That's all.
Yeah.
And fucking Amber Rose is speaking at the Republican National Convention.
Of course she is.
And you know what?
Of course she is.
You know what? It's going to be hard for a lot of people to not sympathize. And I'm saying this to be honest. I don't give a fuck, but there's a lot of people in this country that's going to sympathize with the fact that this man was shot at, this man was potentially almost killed. And that's going to degrade, that's going to put a damper on any hate towards Trump going into this election now. So anytime it's going to be like, anything that people are going to post that's going to want to be bad for Trump, there's going to be people on both sides that are going to sympathize now. It's going to be like, listen, man, the man just got shot at. He almost got killed. And that's going to put a fallback on a lot of people saying a lot of things about him that they would have said.
Tyrone,
There's going to be a
Tyrone,
lot
you've
of
been off. You've been
Temporarily,
off. You've been off. Tyrone,
temporarily.
you've been off the internet for a little while, right? You've been off the. You've been off the internet streets for a little while, right? This shit was instant, brother. Like instant. It was there was people talking about like, damn, like I said, the leading in the jokes. People was already saying, yo, the shooter was Klay Thompson in the playoffs last year. They was just like people were already talking
but
about, yo, you had one job. You had one job already. Like
Dan,
that's done for.
Dan, these are his same folks that will stand there and tell you we don't care if he murdered somebody on the White House steps. These are the same folks
Yeah.
that say they don't care if he murdered somebody on the White House steps. They will still vote for this man. I don't know if you watched the Daily Show a couple of weeks ago. They just ran the clip of saying, yo, if Trump takes over and this America needs to become a dictatorship, then that's what it needs to be. But the man, Jon Stewart, put it eloquently. He said, if that's the case in what you believe, then that's what you believe. But don't call it patriotism, because that's not patriotism. And he said, you're wearing the wrong coat. You're wearing the wrong colors, because that's not what America stands for. Dictatorship by any means is nothing. It's not even in the Constitution. It's not even in the soul fabric of how this country got started. Nothing was started in this country by a dictatorship. Now, we had some fucked up shit going on, but it wasn't one person I say it and it just goes. It was never like that. And these people are calling for that, which is insane to me.
Yep. It's because fragile white Christian males are losing their grip on everything. They can't keep their women only working in McDonald's. I'm not talking shit about you, Tyrone, but they can't keep their women in the house barefoot and pregnant no more. Even though there's a new thing called trad wife, traditional wife, where these women are propping it up. Why? Because they happen to luck out and get husbands that make millions in today's times to afford the ability to let them stay home. I wish I could afford the same thing. But also, I wish my wife could afford the same thing. I could stay home and be with the kids.
Dan,
You know what I'm saying?
Dan,
I wish for the same thing.
Dan, these people that live in Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Kentucky, they can't afford for nobody to stay home. Nobody.
Because TJ, because this party reminds them, at least you're not a nigga. And I said that to a couple people that worked for me last night, because for some reason we started talking about this shit. And I was just like, yo, if y'all like black people, y'all should be denying this Project 2025 shit. If y'all like black people, you should be denying this shit. If I was on the computer, Jamal, I would show that link. If you want to describe it, go ahead.
Okay. Well, somebody posted something, and it's one of the folks that are feeling that it's staged. And Amanda Seals went on. She crazy, but she went on right away saying, trying to downplay and say it looks staged. But somebody posted this thing here, and it's a different angle. And what they're saying is, like seconds before the shots rang off, the Secret Service started creeping towards the stage, almost in anticipation or something. And then the shots rang out, and they were just all right there all of a sudden to jump on stage. Why weren't they up there with him? Yeah, so it's kind of, you gotta take a look and use your own judgment. But when you see, that's why I put it up there. But yeah, I think this thing is going to unravel a bit. I think it's going to come down to eventually less and less people. It's going to come down to 50-50. Some people are going to believe it. Some people are going to say, okay, this looks suspect. But it's because everything this dude is involved with or touches is illegitimate. You know, it's hard to take it seriously, but it's looking, there's just too many things that were convenient, you know.
That goes back to when a trash person does trash things, you can't. I mean, it's hard to believe it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is a trash person, so we don't put nothing past Trump. So when we say, hey, there's a potential for this to be staged, and we're looking at the person that we're talking about, it's like, well, trash. So yeah, trash people do trash shit.
You know what, Ty? Those people don't care if it was staged or not.
Yeah.
Those people will not care if it was staged or not. because he can't do no wrong. He can't do
That's a
no
fact.
wrong. And once you've inherited that mindset that nothing he can do is wrong, even if it's hurting you personally against your own best interest, it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt your family for generations. They're like, nah, so what? That's what it is.
That's that
And
cult mentality.
that's it's like you said, it's something you can't comprehend, because why wouldn't you want to better yourself? Why do you care about anybody else bettering themselves? You should be wanting to put yourself in a better position at all times. Why are you trying to put somebody else down to get somebody better? Because you can't work as hard, or you're just lazy, or you think you should just be entitled to it? That's ridiculous.
I'm going to defer to Mark on
Dude.
this. The other thing, this was Big O. To your point about the long gun, apparently this guy did that with an AR-15 from that building from that distance, right? And grazed his ear. Is that what that they telling us?
Well,
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
no, it hit some glass, and the glass hit his ear, so it didn't
hit
actually.
a teleprompter.
It hit a teleprompter, and whatever from the teleprompter hit his ear. And apparently, they said the Secret Service, because they have snipers as well positioned, they found where the shots were coming from. The dude
except for that building.
So let me get this.
Except for that building, he
except for
died
that vantage
under
point.
a minute.
So,
They shot him within under a minute.
So let me get this straight. I'm a guy that wants to assassinate Donald Trump, and I was smart enough to find the perfect spot where the Secret Service wouldn't catch me, and I was
allegedly.
Thank you. Proper weapon and take the proper shot. That don't make that just to me is like crazy to me. Like if you were somebody that
unless he was a novice at shooting. Unless he was a novice at shooting a gun.
How do you know where to shoot from? How do you figure out the perfect spot to evade the Secret Service and all of this, the great angles and all that, and you not prepared for what weapon you need to use? You're not prepared to be an actual good shooter?
Yeah.
Like, no, that don't make sense.
A spot that the Secret Service did not post up on?
It was outside their perimeter. It was outside their perimeter, allegedly.
Allegedly.
And aren't
for a presidential candidate? Come on.
Aren't they supposed to check like all elevated like places?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Yeah.
They have a scout team that comes before, Dan. The Secret Service
and they usually have would have
all that shit.
And then like anything that's elevated, they would usually have somebody up on all of them spots. Right? No, like
except for a spot where something's going to be staged.
Exactly. Not exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Oh no, don't say that. I mean, don't like that. You got to.
No, right. That's why I did it. We had to come full
Look,
circle.
I ain't even talking no more. He's so mad at you, Dan.
It's just,
yeah, man. Nah, we had. Yeah.
It's just
interesting how it unfolds.
It's just a lot of what ifs, and you know, the connecting the dots is not connecting the way they want it to connect. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know, man. Like Olio was saying, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, because when it happened yesterday, the first names they were yelling was Antifa. Oh, this guy is Antifa, da 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 da, and then come to find out he's a registered Republican. You know that gave $15 to Biden's campaign before he became a registered Republican. So I mean, listen, it's I would not be surprised if the fact is not too far from Hollywood. I wouldn't be surprised if 6 to 8 months from now you check his parents' bank accounts and there's some commas in there. You know what I'm saying? Like it would not surprise me. It would not surprise me that you would never hear from their family again. You know?
It goes into the presidential immunity thing if he gets in office as well. You know what I'm saying?
Only if he created an action while in office that he calls for, then that's what That's only where the immunity comes from. He's not granted that right now. He ain't the president. There ain't
No.
nothing done within presidential action to make him be immune from said anything. So, but yeah, nah, this whole shit, man, and like I had to unfollow a dude that I knew from work who was already posting up. You tried to do this. You tried to say he was that guy. You tried to throw felonies on him. Now y'all tried to kill him, and he's still winning. Trump 2020. Like you sound like a fucking idiot, dude. I mean, you sound like a pure fucking idiot because again, the greatest trick that they've pulled over all of these people is that they have them reminded that you are not a nigger. You are not a person of color. That's it. And so they got them blind loyalty. They got the blind loyalty to all of these fake alleged Christians, but it's just really racist white men. They got them knowing you're not black. And they got you by the balls too, because you're poor. You're just as broke as us. You're middle class, you're poor too. You're middle class, you're poor in this country now. And so they're going to treat you the same fucking way once they utilize you to get their way. Like I was talking to somebody the other day about, how people was trying to big up his tax plan and all of that shit. Oh, well, you don't like the extra $100 a month you're getting in your check? Yeah, now that $100 a month is, to what I'm learning, is like it's crippling homeowners and crippling other people. Like shit that you used to be able to claim on your taxes now because of Trump's great, outstanding, never seen before plan is hurting more people than it is helping. But it's helping the rich because now all the pieces of property along with income, you can now pile it into one thing to make it now look better for a person who's making millions and billions. But the person who's making, say, maybe 100,000 to 50,000, now there's nothing you can do. Now you're probably paying more or getting back less. And this whole game is fucked up. But yet, y'all want to stay blinded to it. Y'all don't want to see that some bullshit like this happening isn't fixed, isn't staged, You believe what the fuck you want, you dumbasses. I'm done. We're done.
This shit was a rooftop right next door. It was a white rooftop with a shooter in plain day. Nobody saw that shit.
Wow.
Fuck out of here, man.
Right.
Fuck out of here, baby. Come on now.
Exactly. Call Jerry Bruckheimer or fucking M. Night Shyamalan or something. that was that. You know what that was, Jamal? And we're done. That was a fucking Tyler Perry. That was a Tyler Perry movie.
That's what Amanda Seales said. That's exactly what she said.
Oh shit! That was one of Tyler Perry's wigs in a movie. Straight to Tubi. Straight to fucking Tubi film. And I didn't even hear what Amanda Seales said, but damn.
I'm gonna put it
I would say great minds, but
Yeah. But crazy knows crazy.
Decent minds think alike.
Yes.
We're done. Jamal, you were the last one. You know what to do.
Yo, great show, y'all. Pleasure being back on with everybody, man. Good show. A lot of stuff happening this week or whatever, but some funny ass conversations, man. Peace to the May and TJ, to the Lisper, Big O. Peace to Ishtar, Disabled Planets, and Ill Magic.
Oh.
All right. I'll go next. Great show. Love chopping it up with y'all, man. I can't wait for next week because I know next week's gonna be something else. It's gonna be another update to this nonsense. But yeah, man, y'all enjoy your week. Have a nice, productive week. Shout out to the listeners. Shout out to my other four brethren here. And yeah, man, pass it off to Tyrone, man.
Good show. And like I said, man, y'all always got to recognize the champ is always in the building. Y'all came for me today a little bit, but you see it. It's still there. But just shout out to Ed, who always brings me joy in the comments. And shout out to you guys for being here. Good topics, and I'm looking forward to next week too. I want to see what this week brings with all this stuff in and out. And we didn't get the Bronny, but I don't think we will because I don't care. But anyway, for you.
Word. Yo, another good show. Love chopping up with you fellas. Shout out to Ed in the comments. Shout out to O for personally, subliminally giving his pet peeve about Tyrone. That was hysterical. And yeah, like as this story develops, we're definitely going to be speaking more on it. We got the Olympics coming up. A lot of stuff still going on in sports. So I love it every week. You guys keep it engaging and keep us involved in being interactive. I love it all. And I can't wait for next week.
And it's clear that the saying goes like, you miss all shots that you don't take. Yet you miss shots that you do take too.
Right.
And we're not.
Pop
I
it.
mean, keep it real. Like I said, he's a piece of shit, but nobody deserves that. And that's just my respect for the end of the show. He's a piece of shit, but we shouldn't be going through that because, like a lot of
We're
shit
not
that
wishing
TJ
that on
said
anybody.
before,
You're not wishing on
yeah,
that on
exactly.
anybody.
We're
You know
not
what I'm
wishing
saying?
that on nobody. And like TJ said before, hey, you fucking right wing nut jobs that are fake Christians. If a lot of these gun laws was in place, then your fearless fucking leader wouldn't have got shot at like that easily. But
And
again,
thank God the shooter wasn't
we're
black.
gonna word
Oh, wow.
or Democrat, black or Democrat. We should be thankful that he wasn't either. But black or Democrat. So right now, I'm anticipating the spin. I'm anticipating all mumbo jumbo and the nonsense. But what I'm really anticipating for y'all is to make sure y'all hit that hooksrub.com website. 20% off your order using the code STAR5.
Sure.
And we out. We done. Peace, nigga.
Peace.
All right.
Peace.